Peace to the Lamb is truly wonderful. El Shalom Bil Korufu Induhu Agib. That is the greeting that we who are Ansars, known as Nuwaupians, right, or Nubian Hebrews, or whatever tone, used to recite a long time ago. Let's say 1992. And it simply means El Shalom Bil Korufu Induhu Agib, meaning may the safety or the peace, the bliss of the Lamb that is in you be truly wonderful, or simply peace in the Lamb is truly wonderful. There's so many different ways to, transpose it, if you will. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to this show, once again on short notice. The name of the show is called What is Nuwaupo, and I am your host for the show today as a part or a member of the host of angelic beings, meaning messengers, supreme beings, who, like yourself, has incarnated, meaning entered into a physical car with a particular type of nature, incarnation, in order to get a job done. To assist Netir Aferti Atum Ray, or Dr. Malachi Z in everything that he does. And the truth is, when we say everything, we literally mean everything that he does. Because one of the things, okay, let me say this. First off, for those who are listening to the show, I wanna add the fact that right now as we speak, family, beloved, we do not have a switchboard operator. So what we're going to do is be giving some very pertinent information and or facts and truth and experiences pertaining to tonight's subject. Amun, and that is Dr. Malachi Z York, who many of you refer to as Dr. Malachi Kubino York. Is he really, listen, incarcerated? And notice that word car keeps popping up. You know what I'm saying? And why? Because that's pointed out to me and pointed out to everybody a long time ago by the little brother, the real Messiah, Atun Ray, right, is that your physical body, without question, is a car. You understand? So anything related to your physical body, they say is car, like carnal. You understand? Incarnation, meaning you have entered into a physical body, a physical vessel, which is a car, right? And if they take your physical body, your car, in any sort of kind of way, they call it an incarceration, to take that car and keep it in a particular form of sedation or sedation. They should have said incarceration, because they sedate you, your physical body, but not your mind. But the question is Dr. Malachi Kubino York or Malachi Z York, whatever, you feel most comfortable with, is he really incarcerated? Is he really in prison? Is he really in jail? And keep in mind, when you say in jail, if you are an Ansar, and if you remember, the word in jail, as again is pointed out to me by my brother, the real Messiah, Atun Ray, right, sounds like in jail, doesn't it? L's in jail. Where if you are listening and or attached to a computer right now, or in front of a computer, you may see where we have in the description of the show, right? The title of the show is Dr. Malachi Z York really in jail, right, or really incarcerated? But the description reads, what? Revelations chapter 11, verse 8. And why Revelation chapter 11, verse 8, and no other words to the description other than test the spirit? And keep in mind the first word, test. And why do we say test? Like Old Testament, New Testament, meaning that which is meant as a test, whether it's old or new, same thing. Why? Because there's nothing new under or above the sun. And keep in mind, the entire way, he who is the master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z York, the angel Michael, has already told us a long time ago, Amun, that we won before and we will win again. Right? He says this on Atum Ray on America. I think somebody might have changed it to Atum Ray on Africa on YouTube. I'm not sure. But if you was to go to youtube.com/Atum Ray, spelled ATUMRE, on America, you'll see what he says. You know what I mean? In reference to the war that many of us have forgotten that a war was even in place. And as Al-Imam Isa al-Hadi al-Mahdi, Hafizullah, right, meaning the being as he is, right, for those who don't know, he was born, meaning Malachi Z was born June 26th, 1945, in the Sudan. Listen, Ordnum in Sudan. You say, wait a minute now. He's now saying he's from Ghana. Or some would say the Congo. Any answers walking with me? Take that much time and go back and get an old tape, right? It was a True Light tape, yet at the same time, very differently than any other True Light tape that the master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z, has ever put out. Anybody remembers? It was called The Reformer, right? The word reformer, English ray, meaning ray, as in, atum ray, and form, right? To reshape, to renew, meaning ray in a human form. You understand? Or when you become a ray in a human form, then you are renewed with what? The true light. And what is that true light? It is the light or the pure green light of the Khalawati order. You understand? Khalawati means those who seek seclusion, or also known as Sufis, also referred to as mystics, as what Al-Mahdi is. Another story. However, this green light is the light of the ancient and mystic order of Melchizedek, or Melchizedek, or Melchizedek, or Malachi Zadok. Simply Melchizedek is the light. It's only the first stage. If you read the Holy Tablets, and we're going to get there, Holy Tablets, chapter 1, praise Anu. Tablet 1, praise the Leon. Verse, 9. And notice chapter 1, tablet 1, verse 9 of the Holy Tablets ties right in to the book of John, right? The book of John, chapter 1, verse 9 in the Bible, in the New Testament. You think it's a coincidence, right, that John chapter 1, verse 9 opens up and says, the true light that lighteth every man that cometh into the world. So if there's a true light, then there must be a false light. The true light is, without question, the pure, luminous green light, also referred to as the sparkling crystal essence. Why do we say that? Because in the scriptures, you're told that be not deceived, that even the devil can transform, listen, into an angel of light. Meaning that, listen to me, the devil also, known as Lucifer, you follow that, had the ability to transform into an angelic being of light, meaning he can glow green too. However, he cannot, listen, simulate the sparkling crystal green essence. Why? Because that goes within. You know what I'm saying? That comes from the inner being. You feel me? And that is like the master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z said, it burns. That solar green disk, it burns in our chest. You understand? Well, why are we speaking on this? Simply because all gratitude is dealing on. If you read chapter 1, tablet 1, verse 9, there's that 1-9 again. And if you are an Ansar or a Nuwaupian who's diligent, you know what 1-9 means. Simply 19. Listen, standing in representation of what? The 19th elder, who is Yanun. And what does that mean? Ya means O. Nun means light. Correct? That was the first stage. That's the lesser truth. You follow that? And there's a greater truth, too, that we'll get into at a later time. Because the order of Melchizedek is just that. It is an order by which orders are rendered and which instructions are also given too. Keep in mind the entire way that the 19th elder is Yanun when you say, oh, light. And keep in mind that we're not speaking about the light of chaos. We're talking about the true light, which is the pure green light, which is the light of Allah. Say it again. The light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is the best of names for us as Ansars, which is also in reference to Anu. And if you are Nuwaupian, you may say Pa Atura. Whatever tone, as long as you're understanding that we're speaking in reference to the Supreme, which many of us would say is the universal Father. And without question, it is he who is Lucifer, curse him, who is endowed with both a red light and a green light, which is what you're speaking about in Holy Tablets, chapter 8, tablet 1. You understand? When they talk about Halal, which the word Halal means crescent, as is also mentioned, listen, in the book of Isaiah, Shia, right? Chapter 14, verse 12 through 16. When they say, O Lucifer, how art thou fallen from heaven? Well, that's what it says in English in Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. But the Hebrew says, Ya Halal, O Halal, curse him. How are you fallen from a heavenly rank, a heavenly altitude? You understand your status as a heavenly being, a divine being, a ray being. How did you fall? Which did weakens the nations. What nations? Because they didn't say the worlds, they said the nations. You understand that? By him falling, all the nations got weak. And we're going to deal with that at yet a later time. However, you know what I'm saying? We're going to stay online, and we're setting a tone for this dissertation and or lecture and or transmission that is afforded to us this day, not of myself, but by way of the elders. Why? Because I who am, listen, the third of the 24 elders, who's known to you all as Melchor, you see, I'm also called Azabul El, carrying two names, one representing my disagreeable nature, Melchor, and another one representing the fact of when I surrender to the will of Anu, when I'm no longer interested and or willing to do what I want to do, which is a constant struggle, but surrendering my will to the Most High for the purpose. You follow that? Which is what we all should be striving to do. And why? Because the Supreme Being of nowadays and forever, who is Malachi Z, hath made it clear that many are called and few are chosen, as he said. However, I'm only here to sift, right? To sift amongst the many called, you understand? And pull out and or seek out that chosen few who are willing to do what? Who are willing to do the work. Say it again. Willing to do the work. Amalu Salihat. You see, the willing to do the work that it takes to fix themselves. And or, as he says, to become one Wahud, with the Supreme, Azum Shilpa Kolum, with the Supreme in all. Whether you say Pa'ut, whether you say Patimta, whether you say whatever you say with your tongue, as long as you understand that we're speaking in reference to a willingness to surrender to the will of the Supreme. And how, indeed, does an individual make that step and or journey? Well, the master teacher made it very clear. And as the little brother would say, right, either you go within or you continue to go without. Because our journey is inward. It is an inner journey. As my wife would say, a journey to inner wellness is what it's all about. See? And so, the order that I, Melchor, which by the way, if you look in your holy tablets, praise Anu, if you know what I'm saying, for those who see me there and know that, you know what I mean, and confirm by way of the works that without question I am he, the third of the 24 elders, Melchor, which is nothing to brag about, as I've said many times before. It's simply a covenant, an agreement, a contract. You understand? It's a contract for life. You know, an existence contract that we who are the 24 elders, right, or the 24 Netaru, or the 24 Nazdur, you understand? We sign this agreement and renew it every place that we go. You understand? From galaxy to galaxy. Why? In order to cure and or heal the world, wherever world we incarnate in, of drunkenness and sickness and sin. Having taken on the body of sin. Having, you know what I'm saying, participating in the ways of the beings that we're sent to. Learning their ways and, listen, striving and moving in a way to purify ourselves so that we can be an example for all. So that the great work could be done. What work, man? The great work, listen, of restoring divine order in the boundless universes. Thus, the journey begins. You understand? And so, having said that, my name Melchor, which they say means Allah is my king, the true definition is Melchizedek is my ruler. Because when you say Melchor, you don't see the name Allah in there. Right? That is what, you know what I mean? In other words, if you look me up in history, they'll say that, yeah, I was the third of the three wise men, but there was 15 of us on that journey. Right? That's another story. But, you know what I mean? I'm called that for a reason. And we'll get into that. You understand? Because wise is only in representation of the constant acknowledgement of Anu, the Most High. Because, as the master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z said, a man can know all things and yet be a fool if he forgets Anu and or does not acknowledge Anu, the Most High. You understand? So, the truth of the matter is, yes, Melchor, my name, simply means Melchizedek is my ruler. You understand? And why? Because there's a one being amongst us whose name is Halal, Lucifer, right, who failed the great test of arrogance and pride, which also Nimrod failed, and will be given another chance. And some people, you know, some of us fail to test life after life after life. However, the Most High is called the most merciful for a reason. You see? And so, you say, well, how and what test? Because the question is, nigga, how did you fall from heaven, O Lucifer? That's the question that my brother Yeshayahu, who is one of us, if you understand what I'm talking about. Because a long time ago, the master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z, put out, listen, a calendar referred to as what? The 12 disciples of Melchizedek. Not the 12 disciples of Yeshua, Jesus, Isa, right? Yeshua, Haru, Tammuz. Not that, not those disciples, but the 12 disciples of Melchizedek. You follow that? And amongst them were Ayub. You follow that? Which nobody knows who wrote the book of Job. Right? They'll say Job did it, but yeah, he did it with the help of Melchizedek. You understand? He too is a willing sacrifice. Another story. Also, you have Yeshayahu, known as Isaiah, right? As well as, listen, myself in that life as Jeremiah, the weeping prophet. When you hear the word prophet in the Bible, right, let's just let people know what language is it coming from. The word is Nabiyuna in Arabic, Nabawa in Hebrew. You follow that? Nabi. You follow? Nabuwa. They have many different ways, but they cannot, no matter what language, Hebrew or Arabic, get away from that root word Nab. You see that? Nabi. You follow that? Coming from one of the sons of Marduk, who was called Naba, also referred to as Napa, where you get the word Wu-Napa from. Oh yeah, and there's a tribe called the Napatat tribe out of the Sudan in this cycle. But keep in mind, we have to renew 25,000 years of our story. So let's go to it. The question in Isaiah chapter 14, watch, verse 12, that my brother Shia was asking a long time ago was, nigga, how did you fall from heaven, Lucifer? You know what I mean? It was a sincere question. It wasn't no Shakespeare poetry, nigga. It was, how did you fall? Well, the Holy Tablets answered the question. You know what I'm trying to say? And the answer is this, right? Halal, Lucifer, curse him, was without question willing to acknowledge the truth and the actual facts that Melchizedek, watch, is his spiritual father. No problem. He had no problem acknowledging Pops, Melchizedek, the angel Michael, Michael, Marduk, Amahutu. He didn't have no problem acknowledging him as his spiritual father. Yet when it came down, Holy Tablet, chapter 1, tablet 2. All right? You follow that? Or, yeah, I think that's where it starts. Or is it chapter 2, tablet 1? Forgive me. Right? You know what I'm saying? But when it came down to it, he was not willing, listen, to embrace Melchizedek as his rightful ruler. Why the word rule? Because in the word rule, you hear just that, rules. And the rule is, in order to rule, you must first serve. And there are many, many, many beings amongst us. And that ether of Zuin, Halal, Lucifer, Shaitan, Nakash, or if you don't believe in it at all, if you don't acknowledge your own story, because the devil got moves for that too. He got people, you know what I'm saying, just saying, yo, man, none of that stuff ever happened. And that's the biggest game the devil got, is for people to forget how he fell. And that's why the brother Shia asked the question, how did you fall, nigga? Because he was not willing to surrender to the order. Follow orders to the letter. The order of Melchizedek. And let me tell you something. I understand why. Because it's a very difficult thing to do. You might say, well, not for me. That's because many of you that are listening, praise be the Most High, and you should be very thankful, received a, what we call a pass. You know, like you get a pass. That pass is found in the Holy Tablets, again, chapter 1, tablet 2, as religion. You know what I'm saying? It's like the weak ones of the Allahum. Remember, it says, what did weaken the nation? When Lucifer fell, everybody that listened to his ass fell with him. And on that note, whole lot of people was doomed for some real punishment from Anu himself. But without question, the Most High, Anu Alion El, and don't you forget it. You know what I'm saying? It says, pardon them. Pardon the weak ones of the Allahum. You understand? The Allahum is just another way of saying the angelic beings or supreme beings. Some people call them Elohim. Some call them angels. Some of y'all call them Neteru. Some call them whatever you want to call them. Some call them. Some don't call them at all. And that's all part of it too. Your ancestors. You understand? As above, so below. As it was in what you call heaven, which is nothing but another planets and galaxies, you understand? It's the same way it is now. No difference. You understand? It's all, you'll see. Okay? So what was Lucifer's problem? He did not want to submit and or surrender to the order that he was given. See? The order of Melchizedek, the order of Melchizedek. And in that, the red light in him dominated him. And in so dominating him, he lost his green light and was so fooled that he didn't even know it. See? And without question, he became, as they would say, Iblis, the rebellious one. He rebelled against the order. And I'm not just speaking about the chronic order. I'm talking about orders that you all know nothing about. That all you got to do to know if it's true is to look in yourself, like I had to do, and see how much of that rebellion is in me. How much of the spirit, you understand, of Nakash, because the Holy Tablet got a whole chapter called the seed of Nakash. How much of it is in me? And being honest with myself, I saw enough to let me know that I needed an exorcism. You understand? That I needed to purge. You understand? In order to become al-Mukhlasina again. And that's the truth. And so, all gratitude and praise to Leon. So Melchizedek says, Lucifer says, oh no. He said there's no such thing as a universal father. You know, a being that's here to take you further throughout the boundless universe. That's what the word father means, you know, a person that can take you further. He said there's no such thing. He said that ain't nothing but a myth. That ain't nothing but a belief system, he said. Sounds familiar? Check yourself. Created by the paradise sons in order to keep control over the boundless universe. And in other words, he became a forgetter. He started thinking about himself and forgot. See? And that's why the name that they gave Adam was called Zakar, meaning to remember. And the truth of the matter is the devil, or whatever tone, whether you acknowledge him or not, which is cool with him, because I heard some people the other day saying, ain't no such thing as a devil. Ain't no such thing as a what? Because the Native Americans who don't read your Bible or Quran, if you ask them, you say, nigga, what is the devil? They'll say, anything that goes against nature. Stop. Anything that goes against nature, they say, is going against the natural order is the devil. Is concrete the devil? If you take a slab of concrete and lay it down all over the world, is that not the devil? You understand? I was listening to my brother, the real Messiah, Atun Ray, and he had a conversation with the master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z, where the master asked him, you know what I mean, have you ever slept on concrete? It feels like when you wake up the next day, you feel like you was in a fight. It drains your electricity, the natural electricity that's in your body. You understand? Con, to go against creation. But even, all gratitude and praise to the Most High, a blade of grass will cut right through it. Which, you know what I'm saying, showing you the power of nature, the power of Netaru. Okay? And so, for those who are tuning in, and you're asking yourself, what is the show about today? Praise the Most High. Well, the show is about, is Dr. York really in jail? You know what I mean? Is Dr. Malachi Z really in jail? And before we had to go there, we had to set the tone. Because I think a lot of people have become naseitu, forgetful. And I don't know what the Nuwaupians call the word forget now. Maybe somebody would text me on Facebook or leave a message. Either way it goes, a lot of people done forgot and or never even knew who Melchizedek is. Let me say it again. Because if you go to Savior's Day, which happened June 26, 1995, on our land called Kodesh, you understand? Which means the fiery place. You say holy, but the word holy is nothing but the word helium. You understand? Because fire is the means by which things are purged. You see? Either way. Right? On Kodesh, the holy place, which is our land in Edenton, Georgia, which is still our land too, by the way. Y'all just, a lot of people just don't know that yet. But you'll see. Right? Oh, yeah. Either way, as he stood on the podium and spoke to the masses, he asked the question, do y'all know Melchizedek? And everybody got quiet. He said, if you don't know, you better know. You understand? Who is this Melchizedek? Because there are many people, and I've listened to a few of them, right, that walk with him and say, hey, he's not Melchizedek. Why? Because, you just don't know. Not understanding the orders. Like he says, I want everybody, you know what I'm saying? Forget me, right? If you don't want to hear this right here, then if you don't know what Melchizedek is, I'll give you a good example. Go to youtube.com. Say it again. Go to youtube.com / what? youtube.com / Egyptian Mysteries Ma'at Revealed. Egyptian Mysteries Ma'at Revealed. And what was it about? Right? Well, you'll hear the master teacher explain, who he is as Melchizedek. This was done in 1999. And how many of us who were Ansars, right, never knew what they were looking at. They thought they knew what they were seeing, the same way Musa, alayhi salatu wa salam, was looking at Melchizedek and thought he knew. You understand? So I saw him do this and I saw him do it, and not understanding anything about the order. And in that, loved him at one point and forgot at another. Simply because he may have said or done something in a divine way that you didn't think was so divine. In his, methodology as Melchizedek, showing you something about your own mate. You follow that? So you can know how to deal when you get in a position of authority, or a position of leadership, I should say. And by the way, let me point something out real fast. I was having a conversation today with the real Messiah, Atun Ray, right, who is the little brother, who is, without question, many of you don't know, is, the master teacher's son. You understand? And people don't realize, the intricacies of this being, Melchizedek, Melchizedek, and, and how many children he just really has. You see what I'm saying? And you know a tree by the fruit it bears. You understand? Look at the way Pop was persecuted when he first came on the scene. Who persecuted Pops the most? Sunni Muslims, right? Wrong. His own family. I don't mean blood family like his children now. I mean people that he was familiar with. People that thought they knew him. Oh, I heard he do this and I heard he did that. You see what I'm saying? Was putting out poison to anybody who even came across a book. A lot of these demons were just demons who would incarnate. I know, I met some of them. You know what I'm saying? When I first started reading the Ansar Law Doctrine, you see, in 1989, after my heart was opened with the truth of the love of this being, and Imam Isa al-Hadi al-Mahdi, Hafizullah. You understand? After I studied the book 15 months, and I wanted an answer, I said, oh, Most High, please let me know if what this man's saying is true. Is it real? And if it's real, give me a sign. And I cried like a baby while listening to a True Light broadcast live. And listen, fam, it felt like time stood still while I cried. And why? Because I said, oh, Allah, I don't know what name you want me to call you. I don't know if I should call you Allah or God or Creator. Why? Because during that time, we were Nubian Islamic Hebrews. And the brothers were wearing the white robes. We were Ansars. And I was like, you know, I was a Christian and still am all my life. Not the church-going Christian, not the Paulite, because as a Christian, I only read the book of Revelations and the red letters of the New Testament, the four Gospels. My own spirit would never allow me to digest Paul. You understand? And I never foamed at the mouth and scratched and all of that stuff. It was just an inner love and an inner knowing. Nobody can teach you how to be spiritual. Either you're spiritually connected with the Most High or Allah, and some of us still have that inner connection. We always knew how to pray inwardly. We didn't look up in prayer. You know what I'm saying? We didn't look out. We knew to look in. Listen, if that fits you, then you are one of the spiritual children of the master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z. Yeah, I knew. You're one of his spiritual children, meaning Egypt children that, listen, are procreated by virtue of the highest secrets and the highest altitude in the region of alchemy, way up the ladder in ways that many of us know nothing about. But there are certain ones amongst us that do, certain ones of his children too that I spoke with, I ain't gonna say their name, that came to me and said, yo, Bodie, yeah, do you know that you're my brother? How so? Well, let me just tell you like this. Well, I ain't gonna give it to you. No, I'm not gonna give it. Some say don't give them that. All right, that's family business. Okay, fine. We'll move on. Okay? So either way, you understand? While I yet listen to the master teacher, and I was saying, I need to know right now what this man and how this man feels about, meaning Imam Isa, that's Pop's name back in the days. I need to know, you know what I'm saying, what Imam Isa feels about Jesus right now is the question that I asked, that I needed to know for my soul's sake. You understand? Because if anybody ever been in the love of Jesus, nigga, I'm not talking about no doctrine. I'm not talking about no words. I'm talking about you've had experiences based on who you are since birth, since childhood, since your earliest memory, with some force of spiritual connection, which I never knew was a spiritual connection in the green light with Melchizedek himself, who is the angel Michael. And why? Listen, because like he said, what you all were looking for in the return of Jesus was really, listen, the coming of the angel Michael. Say it again. And I'm talking to all my Christian friends now that are listening to this show and following us on Facebook all around the world. Please pay attention. And we're going to say it again. What you all were looking for in the return of Jesus is really the coming of the angel Michael. You say, well, who and what is the angel Michael? Because many Christians will say, well, Jesus is the angel Michael. And you have to say, well, Yeshua was his name, you know. But if you want to say Jesus, that's fine. However, right in the book of Revelations, chapter 12, verse 7, they mention the fact that, listen, there was a warring angel, and his name is Michael. Nuwaupians pay attention too, because y'all be like, nigga, I want to hear this Bible stuff, but get back to basics. You understand? Because you don't start or restart something, as the little brother pointed out to me, you know what I'm saying, from the branch. You know what I mean? You don't examine a tree from the leaves. You start from the root, then the bark, and then the branch, then the leaves, in order to get an understanding. You understand? And many of us have just not figured it out, which is why Pop says, I am the tester, which means he says this is a test. Well, figure it out. Let's dance. So for all my Christian friends, listen, stay with me. All right? You know what I'm saying? What you all were looking for in the return of Jesus coming at Angel Mac, you say, well, excuse me, Brother Bodie, is there a scripture to support that? And I say, yes. That's Revelations, else Holy Injil, chapter 1, listen, verse 12 and 13 and 14. Right? And I quote, and I, John, son of Zebedee, the disciple of Yeshua Jesus, turned to see, listen, the voice that spake unto me, meaning John, son of Zebedee, who is Jesus' trusted disciple, heard a voice. You understand? First, because remember now, they said in verse 7, chapter 1, that he was taken up in the spirit on the Lord's day. Meaning he went through a stargate, a vortex, and was shown everything that is happening right what? Now. You understand? John was sent up and raised to another plane of existence. But the question is, who was guiding John through his vision? Ask that again. Who was guiding John through his vision? It was an angel. Angelos, Greek word simply meaning messenger. Somebody came with a message. And he had a very interesting voice. Let's see what it says. John chapter 1, verse what? 12. What did he say? And I, John, turned to see the voice that spake unto me. Listen. And being turned, I saw, listen, one who resembled, right, or one who sat like the Son of Man. Stop. What did John say? He said he turned around and he saw a being that resembled and or sat like, meaning looked like, the Son of Man. Who is, before we go on, who is the Son of Man? I'm talking to my Christian friends. And y'all Nuwaupians better pay attention if y'all want to help us save some souls and, get this thing moving again, right? You can't just go up to a person and say, pot the rock, pot the rock. They say, excuse me, I love Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I've had so many beautiful experiences. Oh, shut up. You just need to listen and read this book and come to Decatur and put on a nitty bead, nigga, and cut your hair and join us. It don't work that way, man. You got to have the finesse, right? You got to be able to quickly now, because time has ran out. You follow that? Give them the truth. Open up their heart so that, as my brother would say, my brother Leon would always say, so that all eyes shall see and know him. You understand? You know what I mean? Like, we're doing it with a Nuwaupian energy, and millions of people around the world are still Christians. See? And why? Because the answers got the answers, but the answers, yes, sir, we didn't do our job. And y'all know what I'm talking about. We were too busy taking the information. Thank you, Pop. Thank you so much. Right? Great calves on Tamaray. Great calves on the land. Okay, I got to go. I got to travel the world. I got a new record deal. I got a new play that I'm producing. I got a new bitch that I'm pursuing. I got a new husband that I want. You understand? I got a new, other than I knew. But I get back to you, Pops. Just keep on teaching. And, nigga, we're going to come get this information from you. And he kept saying, I got to go back downhill and save the Christians. Oh, man, I want to hear that shit. Nigga, give me some right knowledge. Give me what I want, Pops. We don't want to hear what you want to give us. Okay, fine. Y'all don't want it? Okay, fine. I take it. I change it. Actual facts. Here, take that. It's powerful enough? Okay, well, I should be out by now. Why am I still sitting here? Because the one thing that we never did as a family is embrace the love of Jesus for the sake of the mission. We didn't do it. Don't say, yeah, we did. We were Ansars. We were Messiahites. You know what I mean? We followed the Messiah, Jesus. No, you were being prepared for the Messiah, Jesus. There's a difference. You follow that? I was preparing y'all for the Messiah, Jesus, is what he would say. You understand why? As a cloak. You understand? They say, well, no, the word Messiah means, no, well, Messiah means one who's able to take something dirty and make it clean. Right? A mukhlis. Anybody know the brother Mahfouz from the Ansar from Brooklyn? Anybody know him? Give him a call. Don't believe me? Anybody know Betty Marshall? I'm talking to niggas now. Nigga, please. Anybody know Betty Marshall, Katil's mother? Ask her, ask Katil's mother what happened when the little brother, Atun raised, little Barakat, the real Messiah, Bodhi lost his mind. Just keep listening before you run. Niggas love to run, right? Just listen. Then we'll give you a chance to question it if you're there later, right? Ask her what happened when the little brother made a phone call with a simple question, because he received his ancient and mystic order Melchizedek card too, a green card. You understand? That says Mukhlis, right? And just ask. You say, well, Bodhi, did you see? Nigga, I'm blind as a bat. Don't believe me, nigga. Just ask my foos. Ask Betty Marshall, Katil's mother. He called and said, listen, I got my name. I'm a little confused. I don't know what it means. What is the word Mukhlis? Betty Marshall took 30 minutes, came back and says, I don't know. Hold on a second. We're trying to get in contact with Pops. He hasn't given a response. Right? Came back. She said, I don't know what the word Mukhlis means. Maybe you can look it up. Why? Because, Pops wanted him to figure out his what? Self. So he went to the brother Mahfuz. Who is the brother Mahfuz? The brother Mahfuz, listen, is the very first being who tableet his own cousin, because Barakat and Mahfuz are cousins. You follow that? Who is also cousins to the brother, the great Shriner Harold, Harold, Noble Harold, who is the one, listen, who initiated Pop into the shrine, the one that they assassinated right before May 8, 2002. There's a lot of stuff that you all don't know nothing about, right? And you know what I mean? Like niggas is pursuing their own life. You follow that thing's going on behind the veil. That there's a reason why in the holy tablets, in the secret, where the elders said that we pity you all for what you do not know. You follow that? It's a pity. Like, oh my God. You see? And think you know too. That's the deep part about it, right? Read some books, be like, oh, brrr, and you just shake your head like, wow. Because I don't know nothing. Right? I don't know anything. I'm just a transmitter. You understand? Your brother. A liaison. You follow that? Between human beings and the elders. I sit in the third seat as Melchizedek, as Allah's third name is Malkut. You see it? Meaning making proper judgments. In order to serve, you must first rule. Malachi Z. See? Well, the word Nuwaupian implies decisions too now, because it means downright reasoning. Right? Meaning, who amongst us has the ability to make proper choices? So, the brother Mahfuz says, in other words, the brother Barakat comes to Mahfuz and say, can you please explain this? Right on Edgewood Avenue. 380 Edgewood Avenue. And he says, well, what does it sound like? And the little brother said, nigga, I don't know. Can you translate? I don't know what this means. He said, well, have you ever heard of the word Mukhlasina? This is what Mahfuz said to Barakat. He said, yeah. Well, he said, figure it out. What does Mukhlasina mean? He said, it means purified ones. Well, what is the root of the word Mukhlasina? And the little brother said, Mukhlas. What does it mean? He said, the purified one? But the little brother standing on Edgewood Avenue with an old English in one hand and a cigarette in another was like, no way. That Pop must have made a mistake. I got to call him back because I am not Mukhlis. See? I am not the purified Savior. Well, chew on the meat, spit out the bones. Because many of us who are not even on a journey of purification don't give a damn and wouldn't even understand the first means of it. However, the work must be done, and it will be completed. You understand? So the little brother is not a radio man. He's a man that you sit with one-on-one to get to what it is that you need. And you say, well, where is that coming from, nigga? It's in the Real Messiah book. The Real Messiah, authored by Dr. Malachi Z. He says, I, Rabboni Yeshua Bar El-Hadi, am the real Messiah, here to usher in and prepare you for the real Messiah that is to come. Well, how would you know the real Messiah when he comes? Because we will be identical in experience. It's not going to be somebody that everybody likes, because in a real way, 95% of the niggas don't like Pops. They just wanted something from him. Either some money or some cash or some falouche or some loot or some dough or something, how many niggas really came to give and to help? You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of us who are listening did. And that, and in a real way, that record is reflected in the book of life. You understand? But in the era of Atum Re, there was no blockage. We got things done. In the era of Atun Re, which is the era where each one of us are supposed to become the unique one, where you realize that before you stand on the scene and say to the world that you are a real Messiah, you have to know how to purge yourself and know how to do it. You understand? In order to pull yourself up. Because anybody that looks at my life, spiritually or otherwise, such as my brother Ibrahim, who did a thorough investigation and said, Bodie, you were supposed to be dead. Why are you still living? He said, nigga, you did something right between the years 2003 and 2007. Huh? He said, what did you do? I said, Jesus. My brother Tariq L., who is not a religious being, whom I love dearly with my heart, as well as my brother Ibrahim, said to me the same thing 3 days later, verbatim. They didn't talk to, Ibrahim and Tariq didn't talk to each other. Don't believe me? Ask them. What did they say? He said, Bodie, Tariq. Tariq said, Bodie. He said, my nigga, you did something right. He said, nigga, what did you do? I said, what do you mean? He said, nigga, you changed lanes. He said, according to this, he does ancestral readings. He's on the money. He said, nigga, you were destined to die. You was on the road to death. He said, but you switched lanes and choreographed a new life for yourself. He said, between the years 2003 and 2007, anybody know me? Can bear witness? Nigga, like it or not, this is what the spirits are saying. This ain't Bodie and, nigga, this ain't no hype. Nigga, I'm real. See? Like they say, nigga, Jesus is real. Well, niggas don't like real. You know how that go. Real will make you mad. You know what I mean? You get what I'm trying to say? Truth is truth, though, right? But real is real, niggas, too. Now, what did the brother Tariq say, my beloved brother? He said, nigga, you switched lanes. You choreographed a new life. He said, nigga, you got protection all around you. He said, he was reading, and he said something about loyalty to a particular person. Between 2003 and 2007, who is that? Jesus. Nigga, I was always loyal to Pops. He read something brand new. You see? Well, nigga, I might have been loyal to Pop in my mind, but not in my heart. Not as long as I was doing evil works. Not as long as I was going in the strip club. Not as long as I was participating in the very thing that I came to reverse, which is the spell of Leviathan, the spell of sin, the spell of, being a nigga. And I don't mean a nigga, I mean a nigger. Doing everything they programmed us to do. And here we are as Ansars, taking the white robe off. Some of us still wearing dependents, desecrating a covenant that didn't, nigga, please, desecrating the desecration of the desecration. And got the nerve to sit up and talk about me. And talk about each other when we all participated. We all, instead of cleaning up the filth, everybody stood on the scene and say, "Oh, Ansars, the Allah most glorified and exalted. We do beseech you, to clean up the filth, Messiah, made by the world and its, Salam Jahulin, and its non-submitting fools." Right? But did we do it? Did we clean up the filth? No. We wanted to participate in the filth, tell the truth and shame the devil. You follow that? And each one of us got a story to tell of how the master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z, pulled us out of the muck and the mire. But the sooner we get a chance, all we want to do is, doing the doo-doo. And act like we don't know no better, like the little brother would say. You see? Oh, yeah. So what happened, Bodie? Okay, let's go back. All right, I'm going to take y'all back to 1989. What does that have to do with Dr. York being in jail? Sit down and listen. You'll see. It's rather not Dr. York in jail. I'll let you, nigga, please. Okay? All right? Okay. So 1989, again, while I was in my room, my bedroom, you see, in Washington, D.C., Orlando, Maryland, really. You follow that? Landover, Maryland. My parents moved to Landover, Maryland at that time, etc. You follow that? My brother was he joined the Ansar Law community already. My brother, the first Ansar, Ricky, right, of my family, who the brothers would always say that he looked identical, the splitting image of Abdul Rahman al-Hadi al-Mahdi, who is the father of the master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z. You see it? Okay. Yeah, well, that's what he said. He's the splitting image. Either way, my brother's name was Abdul Rahman, and he was an Ansar. He had been trying to, convert me into Ansar law, or the Dawah of the Mahdi, which is, Islam in its pristine purity. It was only a front. We use Islam as a cloak, to get things done. Teach the truth of divine love and what divine love or love divine really is. Which, which I would say, like the little brother said on the show the other night, right? Many of us have no idea what that is and don't know nothing about it. Got it? Okay. So anyway, as I sat there, my brother Derek, may I rest his soul, my brother Ricky, as well as myself, we was all in the same room. My sister, who's known as Don Nicoleon, was in yet another room. And as I cried and I prayed, and I asked the master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z, or I asked, the Heavenly Father for a sign to let me know right then and there if Imam Isa is real. Is he telling the truth? Is he the man that I should be following and or listening to? And at that very moment, the radio stopped. All I heard, praise be the Most High, blazing through the radio was his voice saying, Jesus Christ is your Lord and personal Savior. Don't let nobody fool you. Jesus Christ is your Lord and personal Savior. Don't let nobody fool you. And then the voice went down. Nigga, I cried like a baby. This is my personal experience. This is my testimony. My first experience with the angel Michael. You see? And each one of us should have one now. You understand? And it's important to remember these miracles. Because if you are in tune with him, then remember him. And keep in mind the entire way that throughout our history, whether it was Noble Drew Ali, infiltrated by Claude Green, whether it was the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, infiltrated by everybody. Whether it was Clarence 13X, shot down by an assassin's bullet over a game of, craps. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was Malcolm X, shot down by, members of the Illuminati for a reason. You follow that? In order to create dissension. You see? For a reason. Whether it was Marcus Garvey, who was infiltrated by the Committee of Eight, which are Nubians that seem to be real zealous, not jealous, real energetic and enthusiastic about whatever you're doing. I mean, nigga, their shoes are going to shine a little bit better than yours. You know what I'm saying? The teeth are going to be whiter. Nigga, their pants will always be creased. And on Edgewood Avenue or Brooklyn, you'll always see them at a payphone, looking in both directions. They always had the exact amount of quota. If quota was $100 a day, the nigga turned in $100 every single day. So Pop said, wait a minute, it's got to be wrong with a nigga that's turning in $100 every day. Sometimes do 120, do 90. You know, that ain't natural. Something wrong. Y'all know him? Huh? Let me tell y'all something real fast. I'm going to get back to this. Praise God. There's a movie called Rush Hour. Anybody remember? Rush Hour, Part 1, Chris Tucker. My man from Decatur, Georgia. Shout out to the deck. Chris Tucker, what up? Right? That's my dog. Decatur in the house. Anyway, he done made it big too, right? Biggest nigga ever came out of Decatur. Anyway, he played in that movie with Jackie Chan. Why did Pops come up to my brother Leon and Mona and them and said, on the land one day, I was there just listening. He said, I want y'all to go back and look at the movie Rush Hour. This is about 2 years before Showtime, May 8th, 2002. Well, what they do? Go back and look at the movie Rush Hour. For what? I figured it out. I said, I see what you're doing, Pop. Nigga, at the end of the movie, Chris Tucker went into the art gallery, the museum, where a whole bunch of socialites and elite people were having a gala affair amongst the politicians in L.A., California. Stay with me. And Chris Tucker, right, told Jackie Chan that he had to create a diversion. He said, whoever stays behind is in on it. So what did he say? There's a motherfucking bomb in the building. Y'all didn't hear me? It's a bomb in the building. Get out. Everybody left. except for everybody who had something to do with it and still got their hand in it for what reason? The love of money is the root of all evil. Say it again. The love of money is the root of all evil. Not money. Nigga, I said the love of money. You understand? Praise be the Most High. And don't get it twisted, nigga. I love money too. You see what I'm saying? Love it so much so that a man who was guiding me, an angelic being that was sent to me, and I'm going to get back to everything else, nigga, it's all tying in, said unto me, his name was, his name is not important. Mr. How about that? Right? An elder, he's about 80 years old. Right? You know what I mean? Because I was calling my brother, one of my brothers, Leon, I was like, yo, dog, we need to, do some stuff. We need to go out here, raise money for the homeless, right? We can get some niggas, we can do this, get a bunch of homeless niggas together, right? Get some houses, they can go out and make the money, you know what I'm saying? And they can turn the money in, and we can feed them, and this, that, and the third. It sounded good. I said, nigga, ask Mr. Parrish, will he help us, get the houses or whatever? Right? Oh, anyway, see, the man said, look, the old man was like, look here. He says, I'm not dealing with Bodie. This is 2009, right? August 2008. I'm not dealing with him. Why? He said, because he loved money too much. When I heard this, I was very angry, very upset. And I said, well, why would this man say this about me, blah, 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 man, I've been trying to get myself together, woo, woo. And so instead of getting angry, you know what I'm saying, I humbled myself to the Most High. And I said, Heavenly Father, I said, in the name of Yeshua, Jesus, St. John chapter 15, I said, I don't want to do what I want to do anymore. I said, in fact, I don't want to ever do anything driven by money ever again. I said, I only want to do the things that pleases you. I said, make me the only want to do. And if I don't want to do it, then make me the want to do it. Make me like the agreeable ones, closer to you, is what the master would say in the sacred records of Atum Ray. He said, make me like the agreeable Anunnaki Elohim, closer to you. This is what Marduk said. When you acknowledge something about yourself, you don't deny it and hide and point at everybody else like I know some other people do. Nigga, you look inside yourself and you move to change it. Nigga, you move to change it. So I said, please, just help me to please you. Well, at that time I was living with a lady, you know what I'm saying, a good lady. However, you know what I'm saying, it was time for me to leave, so I became homeless. You understand? In, let's say, September, October 2009, homeless, get ready to move into a hotel. Matter of fact, I was in a hotel for a time, right? My biological father was helping me move in. Why? Because my own mother, you know what I'm saying, wouldn't allow me to come into my house. Why? Because she had memories of time before when I was a disrespectful child, and things that she didn't feel was right or cool. So she, you know what I mean, she didn't want me to, you know what I mean, move in, I guess. I mean, I love her, so I'm just, nigga, it ain't like I'm so special she didn't want me to move in. I ain't going there, right? See? And so, nigga, while I was standing there in the hotel getting myself together, right, my father, you know, Noble Bodie came in there, and the phone rang. Who was on the phone? The old man. Father, this old man is a multi-millionaire too, by the way, who's been guiding me, who was assigned to me for a reason, right, to help me break the evil out of my being. He used to always say, good and evil cannot exist on the same coin. He said, one will overcome the other. You understand? And I had to make up in my mind that I did not want to become like Lucifer. You understand? I wanted to become like Yeshua, Jesus. I wanted to become like Michael, Melchizedek. Like all the beings that you all say that did not exist, that nigga I've confirmed over and over again. Tariq knows it. He saw it in the spirits. You know what I mean? What I'm trying to say, the spirits would have told him, hey, this nigga believing in myths. Right? Ibrahim didn't get that reading. Them some profound beings. They're not religious. Why is it that every reading that they're giving me is coming up like, whoa, you done tapped into something. You've been protected. You've been loyal to a particular being. You've been blessed, etc., etc. And anybody seen me lately? Praise God in Jesus' name. Hello, heaven high. Oh, yeah, let's dance. So what happened while I was homeless that day? You know what I'm saying? Right? The man called. All I heard was a voice. Said, where is he? My father said, he's right here. I'm his father. He said, well, let me speak to him. Right? Right? Listen, my father gave me the phone. Praise the Most High. I got on the phone. He said, Ramon? I said, yes. He said, listen to me, son. He said, now that you, watch, have said inside of yourself, how did he know? That you're no longer willing to do anything for money. That you only want to do the will of the Most High. Listen, in Jesus' name, he says, you watch and see what we do for you now. Okay, so call me spooked out. I'm cool. Call me, like the brother Enoch said, call me religious. I don't care. There's some real shit happening on this side of the mirror, homie. You know what I'm trying to say? Well, that's what the man said. How did he know? How did he know the prayer? I didn't call him. How did he hear? Who told him? I guess it's the same ancestors that told Tariq. I guess it was the same ancestors that told Ibrahim al-Mahdi, alayhi salatu wasalam. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's real. Anybody was at the, praise God, watch this here. Anybody was at the, the Shriners Ball, right? New Year's Eve event? Listen to me. December 31st, 2002. I'm sorry, going into the year 2002. You understand? Just 5 months before showtime, before May 8th, 2002. Are y'all with me? What did he say? Who? The master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z. He says, at the ball, B-A-L-L, at the ball. And keep in mind that, nigga, I wasn't even going to go to the ball that night. You see? I had no intentions. I said, nigga, I ain't going to no ball. Them Nuwaupians don't like me. And I can hear my fathers, my spiritual fathers, and my rightful ruler, Melchizedek's voice, Mikael, saying to me, get up and go. And I said to my ex-wife at the time, Fauzia, I said, yo, let's go. Pop wants us to go. We got ready with the quickness. I was like, she said, let's go. It's 10:15, 10:30. We might miss them speak. Right? We hopped in a van that we just bought. No registration, no license, nothing. Just bounced. Went to Macon, Georgia. Nigga, as soon as we got there, guess who's standing there? No guards, nothing. Just Pops and the brother Harul Hotep, Abdul Noor. Shout out to my brother Abdul Noor, the great Nubian instructor, Harul Hotep, a true successor. May the Most High and the ancestors continue to bless and empower and protect him forever. I love him. Okay? You see? Oh, yeah. Harul Hotep and the master teacher, dressed as the Imperial Grand Potentate, Shriner costume for a reason, was standing up there. And as soon as I walked in, he turned around, looked at me, looked at my ex-wife, sort of nodded his head, and nigga straight away went straight to the stage. He didn't pass go and did not collect 200 and is not in jail. I said, what is Bodie talking about? I know you want to get mad at me, nigga. Just keep listening and we're going to make it clear. Because there's something called midformation now, which means to be and not to be, and to be and not to be, not at all. You understand? And we're going to explain that too, try to speed y'all up and try to get you up to speed. He said, well, I visited him. Yeah, because, nigga, please, he's there because you want him there. Or you think he's there. You ain't raised high enough to realize that he ain't there. And he's there for a reason, meaning, this is how we do it, nigga. By placement. And it don't mean that we're not going to be able to get him out. Meaning, in the day that you go and get him, he'll be there for you to get. If that's the case, if you understand what I'm trying to say. But I don't know if niggas can dance with that, so I'm going to give you some facts and some truth and some proof. Why? Because I just don't want niggas, you know what I'm saying, to forget who he is. I want niggas who participate in the game, meaning the game of Pop being in jail, to understand the reality of it and play it like a game. Then you be more effective. Because if you are affected emotionally, then how can you be effective? Nigga, that means you have to love him enough to remember who he is and laugh. And in your laughter, everybody else will start laughing. All of a sudden, what's that nigga's name? Ashley Royal, you see ain't so royal at all. Your laughter is the weapon. Why? Because in the Urim and Thummim book, known as the Stone Book, he says, laughter is a weapon against the devil. Say it again. Laughter is a weapon against the devil. Learn to see the humor in everything. Keep the humor in everything. Laugh the whole way. And that laughter will disarm them. Love is the key. Laughter is contagious. Put a smile on your face. These are basic tenements of the love of Jesus, not Christianity, niggas, not Christism. That's a big old fat book. I'm talking about real experiences that, listen, Pop and them niggas created. Anybody in the love of Christ? He says, I'm alone in my sorrows in the temple. He says, I'm alone in my sorrows in Christ. Until Bodhi stood up. Who did he say? Bodhi. Anybody remember that? Hagar, Annabelle, Rick, and all y'all? Joe, y'all remember that? He didn't point out nobody else by name. He said, I am alone in my sorrow until the brother Bodhi stood up. And don't you niggas ever forget it now, because I won't let you forget it, because this is one mouth that won't go away. You understand? Because we got work that is higher and bigger than you can imagine. You follow that? Yeah, Christ, the final messenger, the final word, niggas, the final exam. Keep doing the exam until we, are done. Can move on to the next phase. Niggas say, I want the next phase. You didn't even finish this school. Because while we was teaching about the love of Jesus, all y'all niggas looking at me like I was crazy. That's what Pop said. Giving me the thumbs up and winking at me, saying, yeah, he's only saying this, for those who need it. When he said, I'm telling you niggas that I died. I was a healthy man, 2001. Diagnosed, listen, with angioedema. See it? Angioedema, meaning angel blood, right? Diagnosed with angioedema, then upgraded, listen, a few months later in October 2001, I don't think they know, with acute angioedema. You follow? Who did the diagnosis? Dr. William Thompson. You follow that? Personal practitioner. Who they know, you see? And said, this man has acute angioedema. Long before May 2002, well, what happened? He had an episode. What happened in the episode? He says, I'm a healthy man. Stay with me. Until my health just went from right up under me. He had a stroke. As much as he exercised, you follow that? What happened? How did he have a stroke? By virtue of acute angioedema. He said, when he fell out, he said, nigga, he stopped breathing. He said, the lights went out. His water was turned off. It was all black. Black. Y'all better listen to me. And he said, nigga, go back and listen to the CD then. Forget me. How about that shit? Right? Let's go back and listen to the CD. Right? I think, nigga, all the Christ series that came out in 2002. He wasn't talking about no doctrine. He was talking about what he went through. Anybody love him enough to at least, what I'm saying? Well, nigga, if you ain't had the same experience, then I understand. Follow that? But there are many that have. Many of your grandmothers that have. Keep listening. What did he say? And nigga, so have I. And so is the woman that I'm walking with today, who is my wife, who is not a Nuwaupian. Had the exact same experience as Dr. Malachi Z. How you gonna write that one up? Nigga, the same experience, to the letter. Oh, yeah, and where do you hear who poured her out of the wreckage? Talk to me. All right? Now, niggas get mad, but you can't refute not one word. You might attack the character the same way the Sunnis attack Pop. Oh, he's a drug addict. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. Pop had no shame in his game. The brother Abi Yahya showed me, before he passed in 2002, a handwritten book. A book that was handwritten by Dr. York as Imam Isa, where he says, I, Imam Isa, have graduated from the school of narcotics and drugs. He never said I didn't do no damn narcotics and drugs. How you gonna be a savior to your people if you ain't never smoked no weed? A nigga that ain't never smoked weed can't tell me shit. Y'all niggas hear me? Nigga, if you ain't smoked weed, you trying to tell me to stop, nigga, I'll slap the shit out you, because you don't know a goddamn thing. Excuse my French. Parlez-vous French, hey. Forgive me, y'all. But y'all know what I'm trying to say? Y'all niggas don't know. Nigga, please. If you ain't never did it, you ain't never hit a pipe, nigga, you don't know, nigga, you ain't never shot up, then you don't know nothing about how to save my people. You'll be judging them the whole way with your stupid self, dumbass nigga. Judgmental monkey. Well, you the same judgmental monkey that say you love Pops, but was there in the 70s, ethically, you know what I'm saying, as a Sunni, spreading all type of lies and all type of exaggerations and all type of things that you heard that he did before his initiation. Calling them all type of names and the devil. Why? In order to get righteous people or good souls from coming home or from embracing the truth or getting what they need. Merely behind the fact that you're egotistic and arrogant and don't have a place or a home to guide the many. But you got it all figured out. You know what I'm saying? You got it all figured out, don't you, man? Oh, nigga, please. Oh, yeah, don't worry, we'll get to that, too. I know what you're thinking, too, nigga. I'm all in the mental plane. Trust it. Right? So Pop said, fuck it. He came out with the book. What did he say? I graduated from that school. What did Yeshua Jesus say? In the Holy Tablets, he said, I want to experience everything that my brother man could possibly ever experience in order to reach him, in order to best know first-handedly, you know what I'm saying, how to deal or to handle the problems of my people. Nigga, if you ain't never lived first-handedly the problems of people, then how you gonna know? You may say with your sarcastic self, well, I ain't got to know, you know what I'm saying, that fire is hot in order not to get burned, you know what I mean, in order to not burn by it. But some of us experienced it all. That means that nigga, then that's speaking for you. Nigga, some of us went the whole way, fire the whole nine, in order to know what we're saving our people from. And nigga, please, we do it so that you won't have to experience certain things. Not for you to run your mouth against the very ones who came to save you, fool. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I sit in the seat as the third elder, having made a decision and a choice, asking the elders to let me experience the fire, this lake of fire. Nigga, in this life, I wanted to experience it. And nigga, did I ever? By virtue of the request, yea, let us, that's how we, nigga, we don't just run on by, we ask and knew for permission. Why did I want to do it? For you, because I love you. Each and every one of you, not just Nuwaupians, but all human beings. I don't want not a single being to experience that. You understand? As far as our adversaries, you know, we got moves with them, though. That's a different story. But even in that, I have a love and a mercy in places. Because I sit in the seat of divine love. You understand? Divine love ain't nothing to do with your love in terms of what you think love is. It is a mercy seat. You understand? A love divine. And I only transmit these transmissions as a constant reminder, not just for you, but for me too. Because I can get arrogant every now and then and start forgetting myself. Then I realize, oh, Most High, forgive me. You understand? And when I say oh, Most High, I'm talking about my grandfather, my great-grandfather, my ancestors. You understand? Who also, listen, my spiritual parents that exist in me. The guardians, the partner Azul that exist in me, in my mind. Ethically, through the green light, the purple light, and the black light too. The black light is the reflection of the all. You understand? Let's give it like this. Genesis chapter 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was formless and desolate and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And God said, let there be light. What state was God in? Darkness. Okay, y'all got that. But he was in a state of darkness, dark matter, triple darkness. And he said, let there be light, right? No, let there be light beings who exist. And we vibrated every color of the rainbow. And somewhere along the line, that color started turning red. You understand that? And that red produced a white eventually, and now you got different type of beings incarnating throughout the boundless universes, all by permission of Anu. You understand? That's just the skinny part. You see? Either way, y'all see where I'm going with this, right? I'm telling you that the man stood on the scene and said he's real. Now let's get back. So, what was I? Okay, cool. So Pop was basically, as he said, dead. And he said the lights went out. And he said a golden light turned on. Say it again. A golden light turned on. You know, like the golden child. The caressed child. And he said a hand reached in and pulled him out. Say it again. A hand reached in and pulled him out. And he said his name was Jesus. Pop says, no, nigga, I speak Arabic. The word is Isa. He said, no, Jesus. Why Jesus, y'all? Because, listen, right? I'm going to fast forward. My own brother Shia, yes, Shiahu, whom I admire and love dearly, that's my brother, one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? Received a letter, Shia, received a letter from Pops, dated June 2002. You understand? And the letter basically says, millions call him You know, he said, many call him Isa. Now listen, he said, many call him Isa. Thousands call him Yeshua. He said, but his name is Jesus. Right? Meaning we ought to refer to him as Jesus. Now, what about the sixth ether? Yeah, I told y'all in the Holy Tablets, chapter 6, tablet 11, verse 4, right? He says, I take that which is evil, sixth ether, and turn it good, ninth ether. Why? Because while we're trying to give people what we want them to have, people are having experiences in the love of Jesus that's working for them. But here's what you're missing. By whose order? The order of Melchizedek. So what do you mean? Nigga, Project Jesus. What are you saying? Nigga, Project Jesus started in 1970. What was that? Taking the white image of Jesus and restoring it and purifying it and renewing it to the black image that was on the cover of the resurrection book. Right? The cover of the resurrection book. The cover of who is Jesus' Father. Y'all want to listen to the show, you got to call in. 347-308-8902. 347-308-8902. You got to call in. You got about 5 seconds. 347-308-8902. Call in. Okay? If you're on the computer. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Why, nigga? Because we had to reverse the spell. The spell of Leviathan. Right? And by the way, for niggas that nigga, Jesus wasn't no religious dude. Jesus was about as nigga as anybody you can think of. But he was following orders from the order of Melchizedek. You understand? And keep in mind the entire way. Right? And we started out in Revelation chapter 1. I know I got to go all over the place because I'm talking to all types of people now. Revelations 1, 12, 13, 14. Right? When John, son of Zebedee, said, I saw somebody that looked like Jesus, but who was it? Was it Jesus? No, it resembled Jesus. Why? Because Jesus was called the Son of Man. Yes or no? Matthew chapter 16, verse 13. When he asked Peter, so who do you say that I am? Right? I, the Son of Man, am. You understand? He always, Matthew chapter 24, verse 27. You follow, for as the lightning cometh out of the east and shineth into the west, so will it be in the coming of the Son of Man. Okay, it's the question, nigga, who is that Son of Man that they were talking about? You follow that? That was the first Rabboni Yeshua, the first real Messiah of the first half hour. When did that half hour start? It started Revelation chapter 8, verse 1. Say it again. Revelation chapter 8, verse 1. Go there. And it says, I looked and I saw, and behold, a lamb, right? And when he broke the seventh seal, in other words, the lamb broke the seventh seal. You follow that? And there was silence in heaven for the space of an half hour. That half hour, as taught to us by the master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z, a long time ago, was symbolic of 30 years. Y'all got that? 30 years from 1970 to the year 2000. The time in which we were supposed to raise the 144,000 purified souls, the Muklasina. Did we do it? No. Nigga, we lost the covenant being Negroes. Niggas who still needed to grow. You know. I ain't no nigga. I'm a Negro. When I become a nigga, I'll let you know. That was a song that we sang down in the South. I don't know what y'all saying in New York. You know what I'm saying? Well, nigga, I'm a nigga now. Acts 13:1. A real nigga. Following the real Messiah or supporting the real Messiah. And what? Nigga, completing the work. Anybody else got a better idea? Because, nigga, we haven't even attempted to do what it is that the brother said to do yet. And that's what Pop is waiting on. Yeah, nigga, I said it, and it's the truth. I know you don't like it. You ain't supposed to like it. But each one of you know it in your soul and cannot deny it. Whether you're religious, spiritual, nigga, I can dance in every way. I can be religious with you, spiritual. I can be a nigga with you. Either way it goes, truth is truth. Real is real. And we got work to do. And we all have got to do our parts in it all. Oh, yeah, don't worry. We got to move through, man. What do y'all hear? The real deal, what really happened with the Two Volcano show. That's another story, right? About shit. Okay? You know, okay. Popping them niggas is deep, right? But it's all done out of love for a particular individual so that he could raise up to a transformation arc, and we're going to embrace him again because he's one of us. We just, you know what I mean? That's all a part of it. Nigga, okay, another story. Either way, watch, you'll see, because he's going to realize, he's going to look at the proof. All right. Where we at? So, Pops had the experience. The lights went out. The gold light came on. He said the hand pulled him out, and the hand that pulled him out was Jesus. He told Shia in the same letter, Jesus.
And I'm talking about Shia for a reason, because the Hebrew word for Shia is just Shiahu, which in Arabic is Shia, but in English is Isaiah. And y'all notice me talk about Isaiah a lot today, because it's in the book of Isaiah, chapter 53, that the question was asked by my own brother Shia. You see, where he says, nigga, who will believe this report? Read Isaiah 53. That's the sad part about it. Shia, right, as his memory is being restored, he remembers this shit. Like, nigga, when he find out, nigga, who is going to believe this? Who is going to believe this report? They talk about the arm of the Lord. Right now, my brother, Atun Ray, the real Messiah, Barakat, nigga has gotten his arm broken several times. You follow that? If you go to ancient Tamaray, there's a symbol of a broken arm. That symbol was placed there by Tahuti, because nobody can explain it. Niggas don't believe me? Check it out. They talk about this broken arm. No one can explain it. Why? Because it was given to me to explain by Tahuti, grandpops, through the little brother, Atun Ray. And by the way, Tahuti is the father of Atum Ray, who you call Master Teacher Malachi Z. He says it right on the scene, December 31st, 1999. He says, I am Tahuti Maz. And I know damn well if you all, Tahuti Maz means the son of Tahuti, a resonating frequency, not a physical being. You follow that? He can occupy any shell that he wants to. Tahuti is Melchizedek, Melchizedek, the father of time, the ancient of days. You follow that? Daniel chapter 7, verse 9, Genesis chapter 14, verse 18, nigga, Revelation 12, you know what I'm saying? Daniel 12, 1. He kept popping up all throughout the scripture, the book of Jude, you know what I'm saying? And they kept, nigga, the book of Joshua chapter 5, verse 14, he always popped up on the scene. Melchizedek, Melchizedek. And every time he came, nigga, either he had a sword drawn or a sword by his side. He was no joke and is no joke, was, is, and will always be. You follow that? Melchizedek, the one who's able to appear ethically through etheric geometry or facto geometry in 1,000 places at one time. You follow that? Making it impossible for them to realize and or pinpoint, nigga, just which is the real Melchizedek. Because they don't know if they got a hologram, but they know something. They know sometimes, nigga, I'm going to explain that too, nigga. All right? Are y'all still with me? Yeah, nigga, it's good listening for you. Just keep listening. Shit. Okay? So what happened next? Right. He says that while, you know what I mean, like in other words, he said that Yeshua came to him, Jesus, and says, it's not that easy, fella. We've invested a whole lot in you. He said, I want you to go back down and tell them all that I am real. You follow that? In other words, he says, and don't worry, you won't be teaching no more. Right? This is what Pop said out of his mouth. He said, nigga, I'm going to do the teaching. So Pop came out of that, according to him, said he opened up his eyes, according to him, and saw Dr. Thompson standing there. I called Dr. Thompson. I said, what happened, dog? You know what I mean? What happened to Pops? He said he was minding his own business in the guest house. Hardo Hotep and Al Woodall knocked on the door and said something is wrong with Pops. He came. Lupner was there. Kathy was there. Right? And went into the house and saw Pops basically standing there dead. When he went to examine him, before he could even get there, his eyes opened up. And that's when he saw Dr. Thompson. Now, nigga, are we making this shit up? I'm talking to you good niggas like Enoch and them, my niggas who I love, who, you know what I mean? I was tabliking downtown Atlanta. Now y'all got the nerves to fight me on Facebook. Right? Not realize you ain't fighting me, you're fighting Pops. It's just more, I understand it's easy to fight me publicly about Jesus, right? Because the actual fact is, nigga, that's an appeasing doctrine. That's a physical doctrine, right, to appease y'all until y'all figure it out. Are y'all ready to stop playing games? Are y'all ready to advance this nation? Are y'all ready to bring Pops home by whatever means? Because if you believe that he's in a cell in Florence, Colorado, that's your belief, then you need to be listening to me to figure out what it is that we need to do to get him home. And if you are in the ancient Egyptian order, and if you're a real student who's truly in love, meaning in tune with the master, then you remember what he said. What did he say, Bodie? He said December 31st, 1999, right? Listen to me. He says, he said, nigga, I did my 30 years. Anybody was there? I was sentenced, penal law, for 30 years to teach you all. I've done it. He says, is there anything that you all want to say to me? Anything? He said, no, we love you. We love you. Thank you, Pop. We love you. Thank you. Please don't go. We need more information. Stay right here so we can juice you another 30 years. Pop said, he just shook his head like, look, Y'all niggas sure? Is there anything you want to say to me? He said, I will no longer be available to you. He said, I will only be available through AEO, listen, ancient Egyptian order, and outformation. That's what he said. And he said, no matter what they say to y'all, he said, stick to AEO. No matter who comes along, what they say, he said, nigga, stick to AEO. In that you will find me. First 30 years. So what did he say? Nigga, that was it? Anybody want to say anything else? He said, he said, are y'all going to be informers or conformers? Shout out to all the real Nuwaupians who love the master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z, who are reading the actual facts. Like the brother I saw, nigga, go to youtube.com where it says genetic shift and genetic, and I think it's called dimensional shift and genetic shift now. That was the best class, you know what I'm saying, of a Nuwaupian that I've seen, nigga ever. That brother was awesome. I love him. I don't know who he is, but his mannerism, the way he conducted himself, nigga, the way he spoke, I was so proud to be a Nuwaupian. Nigga, I text that to my non-Nuwaupian friends. Yeah, I'm feeling him, whoever he is. Don't know him. I love to know him by name at least. That makes you proud to be a Nuwaupian. Yeah, in actual facts, I see it now. It does have its place. It's a beautiful situation because, nigga, we are Nuwaupians. And that's our doctrine. Right? And I'm saying if I, listen, as your brother, who am called an elder, whether you accept it or not, is fine with me. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Who also, listen, is in tune with Pops in the mission of raising souls. You follow that? Because facts is physical. It links to the body. Everything about genes and genetics and the environment and people dying and animals dying and all that is physical information. You follow that? Ethically, when it's dealing with your soul, we are not to forget the truth. The truth that Imam Isa taught, right, was all based on your experiences. Because he said, you can't find the truth that I put out in books. If you can, go out and get it. The only person that ever made that claim was Imam Isa. Well, Imam Isa died in 1993, or 1992 spiritually. Meaning that, remember now, Imam Isa was a vessel. Isa, right, which is the spirit of Yeshua, Jesus. You follow that? Started using Dr. Malachi Z in 1970 and stayed with him to 1992. When he changed his name to Rabboni Yeshua, you follow that? Isa was still there working. However, as we left, you know what I'm saying, Islam in its pristine purity by virtue of the dawah of Al-Mahdi, see, alayhi salam, and we moved into Nubian Hebrews and started propagating right knowledge. The spirit, as Pop said, of Imam Isa, listen, got, how shall I say, you know, that spirit started to, how shall I say, leave him to the point where he was no longer there, right? And so realizing this, Pop said he cried like a baby. Nigga, I cried too when he said it, right? Which is why in 1993, we walk on the land, right? Pop was wearing all black all the time, all black. So I'm saying, why are you wearing all black? He said, because I'm mourning the death of Imam Isa, right? However, he said, right? And for brothers who are M&Ms, no, check. He said, right, while in Jones County, he says that, the spirit of Yeshua, Jesus, is now returning through the vortex. I guess he made that up too, huh? This is for all those who are in tune with the truth. Remember, he had to teach several doctors at one time because we realized we didn't get enough niggas with the truth. Right? We was powerful as Ansars, and a lot of niggas didn't believe in the truth. They just saw, man, this is a great nation, it's a great mission. I want to be a part of it. You follow that? I just love the master. Or, nigga, I'm homeless, I need a place to stay. Or, nigga, I'm just here because the Fed sent me. Or, I love this man, Dr. Malachi Z. Or, that's my father, I'm going to stand with him. Right? Or, oh, he's handsome, I want to be a part of that. Or of Chaldea. Whatever your reason, you spiritually or you just wanted some money. Like, if I get close enough, maybe he'll cut me a check. Whatever your reason, you follow what I'm trying to say? It's cool. But it's not cool at the same time, right? Depends on what the situation. Either way, what I'm saying? But everybody had a purpose. And everybody came in for a reason. See what I'm saying? Which takes us back to the experiences, which without question is not to be forgotten. Because one of the things that Pop said in 2003 amongst us all is that the spirit of Yeshua will be returning through the vortex. is coming through. What year? 2003. See? Well, one being had to leave and one being had to come. One entity came in, one entity left. Why is it that they set, listen, the so-called motion for a new trial on August 13th, why did they do that? And why did everybody say, there ain't no vortex open, but yet they reported vortex is open in Miami. There was a blackout in New York. You see? And if you never embraced the real Messiah, as I have, then you don't know what we did, how we did it. See what I'm saying? I just shut up when I'm around the little brother. I may, sometimes we argue on the phone, but when I'm in his presence, you know what I'm saying, after what the master, what he showed me by way of Pop's signature, which I'll get into that. You know what I'm saying? I see why Pop's led me to him. I see why Tariq says, He said, you were loyal to a certain being. That no matter what happens between me and the little brother, I'm still loyal. Loyal to him, loyal to Pops, because they wasn't saying loyal to Pops. Because if that's the case, I wouldn't have been on no death list. See what I'm saying? It was, nigga, I did some evil deeds in my 20s that, you know what I'm saying, nigga, when I came to Pops in 2001, what do? He said, Jesus. I said, I can never do that. I'll be selling the Nuwaupians out. Right? Next thing you know, I saw Pops in the class telling me, right, the same story that I'm telling you all today. How he died, had a near-death experience, and was brought back to life through Jesus Christ. And then had the hard job of explaining to his people about the love of Jesus. He started saying stuff like he's real. It had nothing to do with his doctrine. It was his real experience. So if he realized that, after giving you everything that he had to give about Jesus, he saw that your heart wasn't about it, then he would relieve you and say, oh, don't worry about it. That ain't no Jesus. Blah, blah, blah. Right? Because he knew, all right, fine. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to give them what they want all over again. And then they're going to have to learn to want what I have to give, but not through me. He said it's got to be somebody else. So what did he say? I'm alone in my sorrow in Christ. Listen to me. Any of y'all sisters that was there, that was standing with him, follow that would walk through the stores with him. He would buy a suit, turn on the TV. Creflo Dollar's wearing the same suit. Creflo Dollar's just a vessel, just a piece of mud. But he was being utilized by the same ether, the spirit of Yeshua, Jesus. Right? And then, you know what I mean? Pop said he looked at the TV. The Creflo Dollar said, I'm talking to you, pointing at Malachi. You know what I'm saying? Woo, 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 woo. Remember all those stories? He started having more and more experiences in Jesus. Right? He said he cried like a baby. When the spirit of love and the Holy Spirit, you know what I'm saying, moves on your heart, it changes your life. Nigga, I am the living testimony of it amongst you Nuwaupians. You follow that? Y'all know. Tariq knows. Ibrahim knows. Nobody can deny it. Anybody who seen me knows. My sister knows. Don Nicoleon, they see my life change. They saw me go from homeless to, nigga, walking in a 7,000 square foot mansion. You know what I'm saying? Married with a new wife, new baby named Malachi. You follow what I'm saying? Nigga, I'm blessed. Nigga, beyond belief. You follow that? Why? Because the old man said, where do you see what we do to you next? Niggas come to my house, mouths drop, say, damn, what the hell is this? MTV Cribs? Nigga, please. All in Jesus' name. Got a, nigga, this mansion that I'm walking in, because in my father's house there are many mansions. Right? The white lady, the lender said, you'll never be able to get this house. Right? We went and got a new lender, a black lender. He said, whoa, this deal is going to be impossible. He said, the only way this deal can happen is through Jesus Christ. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah, Jesus. He said, through Jesus Christ. Prosperity. You know, that palm leaf. Think I got my palm leaf. You got yours? Revelation 14, 141,000 will have palm leaves. So who is this Yeshua? I told you all it's El Mukhlis. I'm going to get into it too now. I had to set the tone. Because everybody wanted to ask me, he said, well, is Dr. York really in jail? What are you going to do to free the master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z? York? I say to you, well, read the Holy Tablets, chapter 6. All right, don't give me that, no, nigga, just read Holy Tablets, chapter 6, verse 2, and realize that you're the prisoner. And now if you want to know what to do, then you got to do exactly what I say. You follow that? If not, then Papa's going to confirm it through your dreams anyway. Right? What is that? You know what I'm saying? You have to purify your heart. Before they say love is the key, that means what? The key to your own heart. You got to purify your heart first. You follow what I'm saying? You mean you got to get back to basics. You follow that? Love and truth. Love amongst each other. And embracing the love of Jesus. You understand that? What did Pop say? Well, if you don't know how to do it, all you got to do, nigga, trust, don't believe me, don't trust me, trust the master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z. What did he say? In the introduction to right knowledge, what did he say? He said, stamp the love of Jesus Christ in your heart forever. You understand? And I feel sorry for you Nuwaupians. Y'all are missing out, man. Jesus is my best friend. I speak to the nigga all the time. And we fight, we argue, but that's my dog. And guess what? Jesus was a Muslim. Remember that in your doctrine? Jesus was an Ansar. That's right, the little brother Barakah. You follow that? And you say, no, he isn't. Nigga, you don't know nothing about Jesus. Look at the lifestyle. What's the characteristics? Nigga, tell me about Jesus. Right? Jesus, you know what I'm saying? In the book of John, whenever he, talked to the multitudes, when he finished talking, it tells you that everybody left. Nobody wanted to hear nothing he had to say. Right? Somebody said, well, little brother, right, when he get on the show, everybody pops off. Yeah, it's something inside of each one of us that are ethically sick, that cannot deal with the real. You follow that? I know a brother whom I love and care about. I'm not going to say his name right now. But the brother, right, Pop said he loves Om. He loves the order of Melchizedek. You follow? He loves that stuff. You follow what I'm saying? But when I spoke to the brother some time ago, he said to me he was very sad. He said he's been sad for a long time. Understand what I'm saying? And on that note, I felt bad for him. Right? So I made a phone call to the little brother, the real Messiah, Atunray. And I said, yo, bro, help this brother out, man. This nigga is miserable, man. This nigga's sad. You know what I mean? Right? He said he spoke to the little brother for about 3 or 4 hours on the phone. He said he didn't want to admit it, but the little brother touched something inside of his heart. Messiah. He said he cried like a baby. You follow that? And in that he said that he was happy. You follow that? He felt something inside of him. And he says, he said, nigga, I don't know if the nigga is Jesus. He said, but I will say this. That brother Atunray will touch something inside of you. Why? Because Yeshua is a sure shot. Well, what happened with me? Well, Tariq and them said, nigga, you did something right between 2003 and 2007, right? Well, what did I do? I told y'all niggas it was Jesus. In 2003, when the Spirit came to the vortex, what happened? You follow what I'm saying? I hooked up my brother Leon, right? And we did a CD called The Blood of Christ. The Blood of Christ. Where my brother Leon recited the book of John, the entire book of John in the red letters. 2003. Right? And this is according to the Spirit reading from Ibrahim and Tariq. They don't believe in Jesus, nigga. They don't give a damn about the little brother. You know what I'm saying? So, nigga, what? Please. Right? The spirits, the ancestors, nigga, the partners, right? The ones they tap into say, yo, this nigga did something right. That means, nigga, if I did something right, maybe nigga should just listen to me at least for once and say, well, nigga, if it worked for Bodie, could it work for me? Because a lot of people say, oh, that nigga's crazy, he's this, he's that. Well, yeah, I'm crazy in Christ. And I'm blessed too now. Praise God. You know what I'm trying to say? I'd rather be crazy in Christ than miserable in facts. Praise God. Okay? Now listen to me. All right? Now, so what happened next, y'all? You know what I'm saying? We put out the CDs, right, with my man. His name is Kenneth Dunn out of Athens, Georgia. Right? He had the Street Ministries van in Athens. Right, we got on that van, nigga. We started distributing. I went to the studio. The brother invested it, in the CDs. We got about 100 CDs, 200 or 300 CDs, whatever. We started printing it out. We started giving away. Put some fat, funky hip hop beats behind it. So I'm saying, niggas listen to it. People, we sent it all over the country, Houston, right? Ministers and people started listening to it and loving on it. We got compliments and praise in the Lord in Jesus' name all over the country, right? With Leon reciting it with a deep voice, it sounded pretty good too, right? You see what I'm saying? That was the first one. 2004, we did a play called Dope Opera. Where we do that at? Macon, Georgia. We're about at the Douglas Theater. It's called Dope Opera. You can go on YouTube and check it out. Right? Valentine's Day, February 14, 2004. Follow that? The master teacher called my sister on Friday, right? February 13, the day before the event, right? And, the day of the event or whatever. I think the days are right. He said, how come brothers? He said, I don't know why the Nuwaupians won't support your brother's play. He said, that's why I'm going back to Sudan. Right? He said, and tell your brother, the first thing I do when I get out of here, you know what I mean, is going to invest in all of his plays. He said, but tell him to make me his first priority. Right? And I would explain to you all in the support the Loyal Bloodline show. Go back and listen to the one on February 24th. And I think it's on February 25th, one of those shows. Right? Where I explained to you all what he meant by that. He was talking about supporting his loyal bloodline, meaning his biological children that are standing up for him. You follow that? And I put the word out, I'm saying, for everybody to support the sister Baby York, which I'm told now that people are working, round the clock. So I know that what we're saying does have some effect, not that all the effect, but has some effect, right? And I know that the brother Ishmael is, moving in a way to bring Savior's Day back, which made my heart very happy because I love my brother, you know what I'm saying, my big brother Ish. So I'm saying, and I know that a lot of people think I'm crazy when I stand on the scene and say, yo, Barakat is Pop's son. I say, yeah, nigga, he's Pop's son that was born in 1961. You follow, from a situation that happened in 1960. Yeah, it's true, right? The lady that is Elaine Mays, who was the lead singer, one of the lead singers of the Ronettes. You follow that? Who lived in Teaneck, Jersey, who accused Pop of doing something, but Pop was only 15 years old at the time. She was 18, so I'm saying, and she pretty much aggressed him, and he wound up getting the blame for it, right? But from that union, there was a pregnancy. A lot of people think that Pops had his first child in 1967. You follow that? Because my brother was born in 1967, my brother Ish, and I'm saying a lot of people like believe it. Don't get mad at me and say, well, Bodie's crazy, and how dare you say it. I'm saying, yo, nigga, truth is truth. My job was to tell the truth. You follow that? And my job was also to keep the secret without, you know what I'm saying? In other words, tell the story without giving the secret, right? So I can only give us so much information, but yeah, it confirms itself. You follow that? As to who the little brother is, because he's walking the identical walk. Follow that? I put him on the phone with my brother Ibrahim, right? Did a three-way. You know, Ibrahim don't take no shorts, but a three-way with Ibrahim with the little brother, the real Messiah, right? And, yo, the little brother spoke to Ibrahim, told him exactly who he was. Ibrahim said, yeah, I see it. I know it. He said, I can see where you're coming from. Yeah. And they identified each other as brothers. So when I talked to Ibrahim, I said, yeah, nigga, is that your brother? He said, yeah. He's my brother, but so what? He said, you know, from a different, he said, yeah, Pop's got children, you know what I'm saying, that are his, that are DNA, but yet they're different than us. But they're still his DNA in this life. Like, in other words, he acknowledged that Pop was his father. You know what I'm saying? But he said, well, he's still an outsider. That's what Ibrahim said. I mean, that was his, you know, that was his explanation of it all. And then at a later time, he said, nah, that nigga ain't my brother. You know what I mean? I guess for whatever reason, you know, whatever he felt, it's cool with me too. I'm saying, nigga, I don't give a damn if he's a brother or not. I'm saying, nigga, I saw it and experienced it in ways that, nigga, please, my job and the seat that I sit is to keep you niggas, to tell the story and keep the secret sacred. What makes you niggas think that Pop's, right, that all of his children are just Ansar kids, right? Pop's got kids that this nation don't know nothing about. Some of y'all are listening to me are his children, right? And I'm figuring this shit out, you know what I mean, as you go and shit. Like, wait a minute. Right, he just told a certain individual, I'm your father, right? And all her life, she thought somebody else was her father. Nigga, please, right? So it's bigger than that. You see what I'm saying? And so that's all I'm saying. But all of that is a part of a war, right? My job as, listen, Melchor, right, the third elder, if you go back and listen to what do you call that CD, How to Prove the Existence of Anu, right? I think that's what, I don't know what they call it on the internet. They may call it something else, How to Prove the Existence of the Most High. Right, he spoke about a being who would come in and unite the family, right, of Enki and Enlil, right, at a later time. Well, behold, you follow that? I am that being that was raised amongst them all. You follow that? Meaning Enki, Ishmael types, and Enlil, Brady types, or Barakai types. Not Enlil of a long time ago, you know what I'm saying, the one, you know, or Enki of a long time ago, but in other words, a family type, right, a Tammuz being. If I would have to sit in the center of two of them and be able to bring these families together, which is a very, very difficult job, right? But it's necessary for the survival of the species called Nuwaupians, right? But the first means of that is egos have to be purged. And the only way we can purge egos is to visit you all in your dreams, which is why as I speak, right, the order is given to me to say this, that you know, listen to me, by way of the little brother Atunve, that listen, you all will be getting visitation in your dreams and seeing things that you know, would choose, you know, not to see for a reason. You see what I'm trying to say? And why? Because, nigga, how else are we going to get everybody to come together? Everybody is still trying to maintain the devil's world, not understanding, you know what I'm saying, the truth that is supposed to be a Nuwaupian kingdom all around the world. You see? You follow that? And I am the real Messiah, meaning because I embrace the real Messiah. And you, too, can become the real Messiah. And so there'll be 144,000 real Messiahs. And before you know it, the devil won't know who to point the gun at. Because you say, I am Malachi Z, I am Malachi Z, I am Malachi Z, I am Malachi Z, right? Instead of, Pa Manzur, let's get him out, right? When they get him out, they can become what it is that he do, right? Meaning get the attention off him. Start building again. Start getting things done. Follow that? Because meanwhile, right, the very being who's going to do the real work to get him out, whoever that may be, right, by you doing what you're supposed to do, you would charge that being, and you would charge Pops, and Pops would be able to come home, right? Because the question is, nigga, why would he come home, and why should he come home now? If indeed we ain't ready. Because what we going to do? Okay, thank you. I'm glad you're here, man. Okay, good. All right, have a seat. All right, page 5 of Patarak. I got one for you, Pop. Like, goddamn. Please. You know what I'm saying? That's not his job no more. 30 years is up. He said it. Father, I know y'all want to question him. Maybe like, nigga, I don't feel good about getting information, but I don't give a fuck if it's about the fucking Grinch who stole Christmas. I don't care about, nigga, I'm like, man, please. The man should be home with us. I don't want to hear nothing about what he's saying while he's, you know what I mean, in that state, if that's the way you want to put it. I want him home, you know what I'm saying, with his family, first and foremost, his blood children. All those who truly love him, who wants to be with him. Niggas like Izzy, niggas like Hamid, you know what I'm saying, real niggas who just love him, who don't give a damn about no doctrine, who just love Pops. Nigga, I'm with that. I'm for that. You get what I'm saying? And building, getting things done on that note. Fuck all the other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And in a real way, what are you going to do in the day when Pop said, yo, this is the man I was talking about the whole time. What you going to do? Right? Niggas going to get mad as hell. Please. You see what I'm saying? And then what? Niggas, please. But guess what? Truth is truth. And I know that niggas don't want to hear it. But, hey, my job is to deliver the message. That's it. That's all. And I put my life on the line, too. Niggas get mad at me. Right? But know in your heart, I'm telling the truth. Why? Because what did Pops tell Shia? He said, in him I see a powerful teaching. What is that powerful teaching? Jesus is an Nuwaupian. Now, what if everybody was to stop being dumb and stupid and arrogant and egotistic or critical and skeptical for 1 minute and join me in saying Jesus was a Nuwaupian? You know what I'm saying? Right, shit, nigga? Well, shit, I know you don't like Jesus. Nigga, nobody likes Jesus. Nobody really liked Pop when you want to get down to it. He said, if you really got to know me as a person, you wouldn't even like him. I can tell that 95% of y'all that was never close to him would damn sure really hate him just by how you talk about each other, just how you talk about your brother. You know what I'm saying? I can tell by the very same things you say. Nigga, if I was to write it down and record what you say about the little brother, that it would be identical to what you say about Pops. Identical. I mean, nigga, not one iota of it changed. Right? So the little brother says to me, Bodie, I love my people. Nigga, and I said, nigga, I suffer willingly. Read Isaiah 53. Shia, right, a long time ago, figured it out. He said, man, when he was showing the record, the book of life, he said, ain't nobody going to believe this shit. He said, who's going to believe this report? He said, he's familiar with pain and suffering. You see, when we saw him, right, he said, we didn't look upon him with pleasure. He said, we looked upon him in disgust. Do niggas look upon Pops in disgust in Isaiah 53? For niggas say that's Pops. Nah, when niggas see Pops, niggas love them and revere them. Niggas gravitated towards him. We see the little brother, motherfuckers, right, all of a sudden, right, get disgusted and detested. Why? Because he is the lamb. What is the purpose of a lamb? Alchemically, by Tahuti and Pop's alchemy, you understand, was to take on the sins of the world, meaning the wrongdoings of you all and of me too, of all of us. So when you see him, you're looking at a mirror of yourself. You understand what I'm saying? But the spirit and or ether, right, is willing, but the flesh is weak. The nigga got a little weak body. He's only 4'9". You follow that? But let me tell you all this, and I got to go. When I first, listen, so after, what is that? I told y'all, 2003 and 2007, right? And from that period of time to where we stand or sit, right? I said 2004 we did the dope opera play, and that play was all about Jesus, right? And the fact that Malachi Z was innocent. Don't believe me? Look at my play, youtube.com, dope opera, Ramon Body. Or just go to youtube.com, Ramon Body, look at dope opera, right? Or the last part of it, if you don't want to see the whole thing. And you'll see I stood on the scene and told a capacity of crowd, over 300-some people, Malachi Z is innocent. You follow that? And I was telling everybody about the message of Jesus. It wasn't even really in my heart then. I was just doing what I knew Pop wanted done. Nigga, I was a Nuwaupian, right? And I knew Pop said, anybody alone? He said he was alone in his sorrows in Christ until I stood up. Because I'm like, nigga, I'm with you, nigga, no matter what we do. That's pretty much it. But he looked at my heart. He said, yo, you don't have the spirit of love of Jesus Christ yet. I thought I did, but I didn't. This is 2002. But I still stood with him. He saw me stand with him, and he said, good, at least I'm not alone. Anybody else with me? Brother Leon raised his hand, and that was good, and then another brother raised his hand. You follow that? And it was shameful and sad that the people that, that was supposed to be with him didn't even raise their hand. They didn't even say, yo, I'm with you, Pop. They thought he was playing a game. And nigga had a real experience. How you going to shit on Pop's experience? Then we realized, oh, I see what the problem is. First fruit, faithful but not true. First fruit, faithful but not true. Get it? Holy Tablet, chapter 19, tablet 6, 166. This is for the faithful and true, nigga. So you got to go to another level. Okay, fine. See what I'm saying? 2005, I did another play, dope opera, which Pops came to me, you know what I'm saying, and gave me the exact guidance on how to do that, right? He was guiding that. I'm not going to get into that. 2006, we opened up a youth center and did 2 plays for the kids, all about Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And, the energy was moving. 2007, right, my evil deeds in my 20s caught up with me. Ex-wife had enough of the abuse and the neglect, etc. You follow that? So she wound up leaving. Left me in a hotel February 2007. Follow that? I was so afraid because, I'm a blind man, that I was afraid because I had a record, I had a legal record that I was dealing with at the time, which, the Lord Jesus Christ cleaned for me. Thank you, Jesus. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? At a later time. So I was afraid, and nigga karma was so much, or qadr was so much, that I just said, I gave up. Nigga, I got a 40 ounce and a bottle of Tylenol. You know what I mean? Took the bottle of Tylenol, took the 40 ounce, and the only person that I could think to call was my brother Ibrahim, right? But at the time, he was upset with me about something. He wasn't talking to me. So he called me, So I called Wakia, and I said, I need to talk to Ibrahim. I need to. If I don't know what I'm going to do. Because he was the closest thing to Pops that I knew, right, that I needed because, nigga, that was my lifeline. But, nigga, you do evil deeds, nigga, it's going to come back on you. You know what I'm saying? You follow what I'm trying to say? But that was my life. That was the life that I chose. So what happens, you know what I'm saying? Wakia was like, stop calling me. So I was like, listen, I need to talk to Ibrahim. She said, I told you. I said, listen. And I just broke down like, ah! You know what I'm saying? I need to talk to Ibrahim. Nigga, I hung the phone up. Nigga took the bottle of Tylenol, drank the pill, 40 ounce. Nigga, please. Next thing you know, I grabbed the Bible, put that on my chest. I said, oh, Most High, please don't let my soul go to hell. Actually, I said that before I drank the, and took the Tylenol. So I'm saying, next thing you know, they was carrying me away in the stretcher. You follow that? I had called Leon Mars and told him to get all of my tapes, my dope bombers, the plays that I produced. I said, nigga, I'm leaving it in the hotel. You follow what I'm saying? I said, I'm checking out, nigga. You know what I mean? I took the pills, I'm out. He was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Nigga, I was gone. You follow that? The lights went out. Everything was, like, messed up, nigga. And next thing you know, I woke up. I'm in the hospital, right? They getting ready to commit me. Who did I see? My own brother, Leon. Brother Hotep Talamun, right? I love him. Y'all should listen to him sometime, too, on Blog Talk. Hotep Talamun. T-A-L-E-H, Amun. Hotep Talamun. Either way, he came in, took a deep breath, and was like, listen, man, don't tell these people you try to commit suicide. Right? He said, they going to commit you. He said, nigga, please. He said, just say that you was tired and you went to sleep. You follow that? And so they came back in, right? And I told them, they said, no, we already got you on record saying, you know, you wanted out, your wife left you, and this, that, and the third, you can't deal with it. I said, no, I didn't mean all that. I was just tired and sleepy. So they called my ex-wife, like, yo, do you think that he tried to commit suicide? Oh, no, he would never do that. So she had my back. You know what I mean? Right? And they said, well, we don't know. Next thing you know, Ibrahim came in with my sister Julia. They came in, they checked on me. So now 3 angels are checking on me while I'm on my deathbed, so to speak. Follow that? They pumping me with all type of stuff. They didn't give me no medicine. They gave me charcoal and a bunch of shit. Nigga, while I was in that state, nigga, I saw some fucking flying ass, nigga, please. I saw some shit flying, nigga, I don't know. Nigga, I think I went to hell. I seen all type of ghouls and shit when I went through. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't no heaven, because there ain't no forgiveness for suicide. And I'm glad I made that prayer, almost high. Please don't let my soul go to hell. Well, they let me see the screening. You follow that? And they pulled me back up, and I'm thankful. Right? But that ain't, you know what I'm saying? But keep listening. So what happens is, right, so while I'm sitting there, laying there, whatever, Ibrahim comes, and I was so happy to see him because I love him, right? And I said, Ibrahim. And I just wanted to shake his hand, touch his hand again, because me and him very close. Touch his hand. Julia was there. I looked at her in the eyes. It looked like she was about to cry. Me and her very close. You know what I'm saying? And they all three sat for me. We waited, and they said the last test for you is a psych doctor. They brought in a psych doctor, right? A Nigerian doctor, right? And he comes to me. You see what I'm saying? And he says to me, you know, well, we got to see if you're all right. And I heard his voice. He spoke in an African voice. I said, you have a beautiful Nigerian accent. I said, please, in the name of the Most High, please don't let them commit me. After that, he looked at me. He saw that I was, you know what I'm saying, guilty as charged, you know what I mean, with the suicide attempt. And he wrote that shit up like, yo, he's okay. He can go home. And the brother Leon took me, you know what I'm saying, home. You know what I'm saying? Julia and Ibrahim went their way. And from that point on, I started crying quite a lot. Lost my wife, lost my family. I was homeless. You understand what I'm saying? And next thing you know, I fled and I moved into a hotel out of Leon's house because, you know what I mean, you know, they was a lot of people was just looking down on me, judging me. Right? Leon and them was like telling my father, yo, come get him, I can't. The same people, the very beings that I helped too throughout over the years. Anybody know the situation? You know what I'm saying? Now looking down on me. Well, I understand, I guess, right, like the brother, one brother told me, he said, I'm very disappointed in you, Brody. I never thought that you would fall like this. You know what I'm saying? To the point where you would commit suicide or try to commit suicide. Right? So all of that was happening to me. And so now I'm rejected. I'm despised. Isaiah 53. You know, and I'm blind and I'm homeless. So I'm trying to find a place to stay. You follow that? So I'm going from hotel to motel to Holiday Inn to this, that, and the third, and so forth. My ex-wife would come out of compassion to help me every now and then, right? But, you know, I did so much wrong, you know what I'm saying, that she had to guard herself and protect herself. Because the spirits, like the ancestors came to me, they said, right, this breakup is for her protection and your safety. You know what I'm saying? So I understood that, nigga, something was wrong with me. I needed an exorcism, which I couldn't get out. You follow that? And, nigga, I was only, at that time, you know, in the love of Jesus with my tongue. My heart was not in it. You see what I'm saying? So I needed a real cleansing, right, as a Nuwaupian. And so that was 2007. At the end of the year, right, my ex-wife let me come back to the house for like 40 days while she, you know what I'm saying, stayed with her sister. You follow that? And then eventually she said, okay, you got to get out of my house. So like, what am I going to do? How am I going to get out of here? What am I going to do? Where am I going to go? So I went and I heard my children. I had lost control of the family. My kids had listened to this hip-hop, you know what I mean, with all these vocal lyrics. You know, we X-Nuwaupians. I didn't raise them like that, right? And they listened to this crap, and I'm sitting there sad, feeling powerless. So I said, well, you know what? Right? I said, let me change the channel. I changed it to a gospel station. Keep in mind, Pop used to buy gospel CDs. You follow that? I know y'all say ghost bell. No, it was the gas pool to pull you into the 9-ether gas. Nigga, 9-ether, nigga, take that which is evil and turn it good, right? Because Pop was giving all the kids on the land, right, gospel CDs and stuff like that because he was following orders. Meaning Pop and the elders and Melchizedek, the higher Melchizedek, were giving him orders. Look, man, you better save these people because you're Nuwaupians and they're going to go to hell. They're going to bust hell wide open with all their facts, all their right knowledge and their sarcasm and arrogance. They ain't going to say they ass. You know what I mean? From what we got planned for them is what Pop and them niggas were saying. The elders were saying. So Pop was only trying to do his job, right? It wasn't about a name Jesus. It was about the love of Jesus. He said, stamp the love of Jesus Christ in your heart forever. You can take the love and throw away the name. Right? As long as you got the love, then we can move on. We can never say the name again. Everybody will be in that love. What kind of love? A divine love that keeps on loving. That'll say, nigga, take my sandwich while, you know, you eat the sandwich, nigga, I'll starve. That kind of love. You know what I'm saying? But the universe will bless you all the more just for having that kind of love, that kind of love, that kind of love. Not the love out of your mouth, but a real, genuine, pure, divine, unconditional love, right? Well, listen, as the little brother I-28 says, you know what I'm saying? When you, listen, what he say, the act that contains the least self is guaranteed to succeed. Say it again. The act that contains the least self is guaranteed to succeed. That type of love. You see? And so, right? So the elders like, well, you know, nigga, ain't about just bathing in the green light, talking about you got divine love. Nigga, how divine, selfless can you really be is what it all comes down to in this here test. You see? Right? In order for us to restore divine order on the blue rock. Right? And for those who don't feel that, agree with that, then don't worry. Right? We got instructions for you too. But we got to get this thing in order. You follow that? Because the planet belongs to us. I can't tell. See? You know what I mean? The elders like, we'll make it easy for you if y'all just do and remember. And so I've got the answers now. So what happens? Nigga, I stood on the steps, you see? And while standing on the step, family, let me tell you some real stuff, man. Nigga, I'm on the steps, man, and I heard Pop's voice. I was in the green light, right? Oh, yeah, no, by the way, so I went and I changed the channel, the radio station that my kids were listening to, and I put on a song called, what was the name of the booty? It was called Praise Your Way Out of Your Situation. Praise the Lord. He said, praise the Lord. He said, praise your way out of your situation. Nigga, don't pray your way. Praise. Praise is like, when you are just down and out and your luck, ain't nothing going right, all guided by Pops and the elders. You know what I'm saying? To praise, shout, give thanks for what is about to be done. Nigga, I didn't know nothing about no praising. I just played it and started praying. I said, oh, Most High, right, guide me, help me. Then I told myself to Pops. I said, yeah, Pops, I need you, fam. Yeah, Noon. He said, whenever you think of me, I'm there. It's okay. Yeah, Noon, I need you. Please guide me to a place to stay. I don't have nowhere to go. And then I heard his voice say, hook up with Carl Millender, a friend of mine that does movies and stuff like that. That's what I did. I called him, right? And he said, when you get with Carl Millender, he says he's going to introduce you to a lady. It was clear as day. He said, this lady will take you in. Right? I get with Carl Millender, right? My ex-wife or a friend of mine dropped me off at the Sandy Springs train station. It's the truth now, right? Carl Millender picked me up and you know what I'm saying, from Decatur all the way to Sandy Springs. See what I'm saying? Well, you know, when I got off, okay, and we went to his house, right? I think Alpharetta, Sandy Springs, yeah, somewhere in there. Anyway, so we was there, and I was there to try to, you know, get my dope opera uploaded to YouTube, which he could never figure out how to do at the time. And he wound up mixing his own stuff because he's a filmmaker. And I heard the voice of this lady, right? And it struck me. You follow that? And I said, who is that? He said, that's Angelina Cortez. You see? Right? Puerto Rican lady or something like that. Right? It was supposed to be real beautiful and all this. Right? The next day, you know what I'm saying, he goes to the set of his TV show, and I had to sleep in the car. You follow that? Because my ex-wife only gave me 2 days to get out of there. So, in other words, I had to sleep in the car that night, go back to the house, and 2 days later, I'm getting kicked out. You follow? No, nigga, place or go or not. She said, you got to go. You see? So now I'm racing against time. So I'm in the back seat of the car, right? The lady, Angelina Cortez, right? She knocks on my door, on window, right, while I was sleeping. And she said, why don't you have donuts and coffee for the cast and crew? They were shooting a television show. And she looked at me and smiled. And I heard Pop say, that's her. See? And then before you know it, like I would say, the next day I called and asked her. I said, listen, can I please move in with you? You know what I'm saying? And she was like, let me pray about it. The next day she said, okay, yes, you can. She came, picked me up from the house. She said, but you got to go to church with me. I said, church? Damn, I don't go to church. You know what I mean? But I had already heard her speaking some truth. And I knew she spoke differently than any female that I in contact with at that time. You see? And so she wound up taking me by the hand, putting me in the car, had my bags. We didn't go to our house. We went straight to church. Whose church we went to? We went to Mace Church. You know, Pastor Mace? And I'm like, oh, my God, how far have I fallen? Right? How you falling? Like, nigga, because, you know, I wasn't no Christian for real. I'm like, nigga, I ain't trying to do this shit for real. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Now I'm thinking I'm falling. Now I'm thinking I'm a Lucifer type. You get what I'm trying to say? Because I'm at church, right? But I'm there. I'm sitting in the first part of the thing. I'm calling on Pops. Like, man, please, man, don't let. I mean, I know you ain't guiding me to no church, right? And I heard his voice say to me, if the preacher comes out and say, anybody that wants to rededicate their life to Jesus, you go up there. Right? I think that's what he said. Right? And so what happens is Mace, you know, he came out and said, is there anybody that want to rededicate their life to Jesus Christ? And I heard Pop say, go. So I did. Nigga, I went up there, tears in my eyes, thinking, please, man, did y'all abandon me? Like, nigga, I'm at a church. See what I'm saying? See, I don't think niggas really know. Niggas like Enoch and them who was slandering and persecuting me on the Facebook, talking about, Fred, you was always a Christian. Nigga, you don't know me. You have no idea. All right? This is who I am. You know, if I was Sabean. See? And so what happens is, nigga, this is how the elders guided me. You know what I'm saying? You may have your experience, but I'm sharing you with mine and what it is and how it is and who it is that I am to you as your brother. You see what I'm saying? And so when I get up there, right, they was like, right? He says, if I don't call on, he said, if I don't come to you, this is what Mace said. He said, if I don't come to you, right, he said, then it's not meant for you. Right? Now keep in mind, right, one of the things I wanted to say when I was backpedaling a little bit, right, in 2007, right, after the suicide attempt, when I moved in with my brother Leon and them, right, Mason Betha, not Mason Betha, but the old man, Mr. P, that was guiding me, he told me to confess every sin and or evil deed that I ever did. He said, and confess it on a video, a digital voice recorder, right, and bring it to him. Right, I did. I had nothing to lose, no shame. I had already died. I think I'm back to life now. Like, what the fuck? That's how I'm thinking. So I took the DVR and I, recited my whole, nigga, every evil thing I ever did. You know what would have happened when you're doing your confessions? Even if you're talking to yourself, nigga, the self will try to lie. The self don't even want to hear it. Not only did I explain to the DVR what I did, I explained my intentions in what I did. And I cried and cried and cried, and it was being cleansed in a way that I didn't even know. Took the DVR to him, right? He spoke to me a few days later. He didn't judge me. He had much compassion, much love. But I laid it all out, my nigga. You hear that? You understand? Why? Because, nigga, I'm not going to hell. That digital voice recorder is going to hell. Not me. Nigga, I cleaned my vessel. I'm saying all my sins go in this DVR. Either way, now, I bring it back today. You see, when I'm standing in front of the preacher, and the preacher say to me, he say, look here, right? He put his hand on my forehead, right? He stopped in front of me as if though, right, his voice, the Holy Spirit. By the way, the Holy Spirit is the angel Michael. Say that again, Bodie. The Holy Spirit is the angel Michael. Say it a third time. The Holy Spirit is the angel Michael. Who is the angel Michael? Malachi. Who is Malachi? My angel. Whose angel? Jesus' angel. Where's that? Revelation chapter 22, verse 16. What does it say? I, Jesus, have sent mine angel. What does that mean? I, Jesus, have sent Malachi. Why? Because Malachi means my angel, meaning that's Jesus' personal angel. Jesus had a guardian angel. Figure it out. Father, this is how the little brother out to the way, the real Messiah, explained it to me. I know you never quite heard it like that, but real is real, and ain't it, man? Now listen, truth is truth. Okay? So, now, as we continue in the endeavor, right? You know, laughter is a weapon against the devil. Okay, I had to do that because I can hear some things in the mental plane, right? Because niggas, we whipping their ass right now. Okay, praise the Most High. Either way, so, so Mace put his hand on my forehead, and in so doing, You know what I'm saying? He said, this man has confessed all of his sins. Where did he get that information from? How did he know about the Confessions of a Fallen Angel, the CD that I did? I didn't tell him. The Holy Spirit told him. Who's the Holy Spirit? Oh, that's spookism. No, nigga, if it's spookism, then how did it add up? Because the Holy Spirit is the angel Michael, dog. That's what y'all niggas don't know. Nigga, we took over Christianity ethically and spiritually. So people right now are hearing Pop's voice in places that Nuwaupians have not. What did Pop say? He said, the white man in Christ is more my brother than the Nuwaupian who's not. Because you all are just dealing with physical information and ancestral information. You're forgetting about your spiritual parents and your spiritual guardians, right? Even forgetting about the Neteru in some cases that exist in you. And the truth and the fact that amongst us, right, there is the voice who never stops speaking, because I will speak to you in affirmation. But if you're not in the love of Jesus, if you didn't do that part, meaning stamp the love of Jesus Christ in your heart forever, then how are you going to graduate? Meaning, how are you going to take a final exam if you don't understand algebra, right? If you're trying to graduate from high school, right? They're going to give you a GED or a general exam, right, a SAT or CR or whatever to see what you know. You follow me? And see, okay, you graduated. Well, wait a minute, you're missing 8th grade information or 9th grade information. We're supposed to graduate from that too. Why? Because if indeed we were all in the love of Jesus, then every Nubian on the planet would be in the love of Jesus right now, right, in Nuwaupo. Meaning, you can talk to a Christian that's in the love of Jesus, and by the way, you say, you believe in the Holy Spirit? Yes. Did you know the Holy Spirit was Angel Michael? No. Do you know that Angel Michael had a name? What? Malachi. You know who he is now? Where? He's Revelation 19:10. What? Suffering. For what? Right? Persecution. Why? Revelation 12:10. What did it say? He would be accused. See that? The accuser of our brethren that are being accused. What was he accused of? Evil doings, right? Things that he never did. Blah, blah, blah. Where is he now? Right? What can we do? Love. What can we do? And then before you know it, the whole planet would be Christians, right? Nuwaupians. Right? Nuwaupian Christians. You follow that? And then you say, oh, by the way, do you realize the original science was woo nabu? Yes. Do you realize that you realize the actual fact is yada yada woo? Oh, boo. Do you realize that meanwhile, Egyptian Church of Christ everywhere. Say it again. Egyptian Church of Christ everywhere. Holy See, Baptist Synagogue everywhere. Nigga, we taking over everything. You follow that? And then we could have moved on to something else. But now we barely got one building in Decatur. Like, damn. Nigga, I've been gone 10 years. Y'all niggas ain't did shit. God damn is what he's saying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, man, I thought y'all niggas were with me. I thought y'all follow the Lamb wherever we go. Right? We had to switch up from, love of Christ because one of the niggas in the love of Christ. All right, fine. We'll switch it up. Well, maybe they'll read the book of Psalms. Remember that? We had to do all the Psalm readings and stuff like that. Right? Well, maybe we'll forget it. We'll take them an inky. Well, give them an inlil. Well, how about this? You know what I mean? But the order was to stamp love of Jesus Christ in your heart forever. Nigga, if we did that, in one day, he'll be out. You understand? In one day. Right? So now you got to feed you, spookism, so now it's got to be a psychic test. Now you have to have the ability to make the right choice. Right? Meaning, nigga, test the spirit of everything I'm saying. I'm not making nothing up. Right? Let's just get on the radio talk about some Bodie was in a mission to get money from people. Nigga, please. You want me to expose what really happened? Follow that? There's a brother, right, that the little brother was in, first off, California, putting his life on the line. Anybody knew the little brother before he went out there? You follow what I'm saying? Put his life on the line. You follow what I'm saying? This very same brother who benefited from the purging, you follow that, who I love and I understand because, Papa Nip told me why that had to happen. At a later time, he's going to be a very powerful asset. So that's why, I'm very careful how I speak on it because I love him very much and he's my brother and he's supposed to get mad at me for a while and then something's going to happen. He's going to experience the transformation art and he'll realize, oh, I see what happened. Right? Because he's a good brother. He got a good heart. You know what I'm saying? He just got something in him that still need to get purged out. I understand it because this nigga's in me too. You follow that arrogant thing, that same thing, that Luciferian thing that makes us all, you know what I'm saying, nigga, when you find out the orders, right, nigga, you can only go over so far. That's why it says, few be there that find it, Matthew chapter 7, verse 13, right? It means niggas say, I want to become the Christ, but yeah, the Christ means Karas, which means Messiah, the ability to anoint, right, ethically, meaning not just save a physical life. That's a beautiful thing. White man can do that too. You have to be able to go inside a person's soul and wipe it clean. Follow that? But let me get back to this. So anyway, in the church, right, when Mace put his hand on my forehead and all that good stuff, what happened next? You know what happened next? I'll tell you what happened next, right? He said, this man has confessed all of his sin. Then he put his hand on my belly, right, and says, he is now being filled with the Holy Spirit. Nigga, all it was a green light. I'm familiar with that spirit, that energy. There wasn't no spookism. I realized, wait a minute, something different is happening here. Nigga, it went all through me, through my solar plexus. It's the same description that Pops put in the mortal, the tablet called the mortal, right, when he met Melchizedek, right, Melchizedek, right, and says, how do I make you understand what I felt?
So from that point on, he set up the Sons of Green Light, Melchizedek, right, the ancient order Melchizedek, right, the ancient Egyptian order, trying to get you to experience the green light too. Well, I knew then that Mace, no matter how many times they slandered, because y'all are slandering him too. You know, niggas say all type of bad shit against anybody stand up for anything good, right? Niggas go, oh, really? Niggas feels good about saying bad stuff about people too. I noticed that about us as a people, right? We love the negative, don't we? Like my sister said, we don't watch a movie unless it got cuss words in it, or unless it's a bad guy. We don't want to see a good movie. We want to see some evil, right? What's wrong with our nature? Something bad about our nature. The polarities are out of order. You see, and need to be balanced again and put back in its proper perspective, which is what the real Messiah and Tahuti and Pops and them niggas is really here to do. Right? You follow? So, yeah, the brother put his hand on my belly, and I felt that love, that green light I'm familiar with. You know what I'm saying? And I just pretty much just sat down. Wasn't thrown back like they do in TV and shit, just sat down. Right? They took me back to my pews, nigga, and I cried like a baby. When did I cry? Because as Mace, he taught for 4 hours that day. And I swear to God, it was Pop's teaching. I'm standing there like, what is going on? Right? And Mace said, I don't know why I'm teaching this long. He said, usually it's over. He said, there must be somebody here that needs this information. He said, the classes never go 4 hours. He said, somebody's causing this. Right? And then he said, go to the book of such and such. I forgot the book. He said, and he read the scripture that says, when I'm no longer with you in body, I am with you in spirit. I cried like a baby. I knew that Pop was guiding me. Right? He guided me like he told me a long time ago in 2001, Jesus. And what did Tariq say? You did something right, 2003, 2007. What did, what's his name? Ibrahim say? You did something right, 2003, 2007. You follow that? Was changed. He said your whole life. He said, and now, right? He said, man, now, man, your life is just blessed and protected throughout old age to old nine. Yeah, right. I'm invincible in Jesus Christ. Invincible. Why? In the green light, man. I'm just being obedient, that's all. I just did what I was told to do, man. And the reward, nigga, you know how good it feels to be given an order and to do it? Well, what happened next, Bodie? Well, basically, I think I'm still homeless, so I rededicated my life to Jesus Christ, right? I cried, and next thing you know, nigga, I started becoming like a baby. You follow that? And I was like a new creature. And I could feel the love of Jesus in my life. And I felt him watching me. Like, nigga, it was no longer Jesus just for the doctrine of it, for the hell of it, nigga. It was some real stuff happening. You know what I mean? A real Yeshua, a real Jesus, a real being looking over me. I could feel his love while I'm reading the scriptures. You follow that? Barely could see. Right? In the book of Psalms, I think it was chapter 18, it says, I love you, Lord. And I would cry like a baby, like, oh, my God, I love you, Jesus. Why? Because of what he did. Nigga, he saved my life. It was all spiritual and ether. Pops guided me. You follow what I'm saying? Now what happened next? Well, eventually, you know what I'm saying, February 2008, you know what I'm saying, 2 months later, I wound up being homeless again, living in a hotel, right? And then I wound up, getting a house in Fayetteville. Right? A bunch of brothers, I ain't going to say their name, moved in with me. They was doing some things that wasn't cool, but I needed them to help me maintain the house, right? Over a period of time, about a month or so, I backslid. I wound up smoking weed again. You know what I'm saying? And I kept praying, oh, Lord, I need to get out of here. Right? It was like, you cannot leave. It was Pop's voice. You can't leave here until you start smoking weed. You have to be an example for these brothers. I ain't going to say their names. So I had to stop smoking weed. The next thing you know, a lady took me by the hand. Her name was Pearl, right, and guided me to her house. And she's been reading the book since 1992. Never met Dr. York in the flesh. She looks exactly like Pearl that's in the Let's Set the Record Straight book. You follow what I'm saying? And a beautiful-hearted being at the end of the day. You see what I'm saying? But she grabbed me by the hand, took me to her house, and said, look here. She said, for some reason, in the last 2 months, Dr. Malachi Z guided me to this book called Leviathan 666 to break the spell, right? And she says, right, that she saw Dr. Malachi Z, right, in a vision. You know what I'm saying? And she says that in the vision, she saw Dr. York crying and crying and crying and crying. You see what I'm saying? And remember now, the question is, are Nuwaupians still under the spell? Right? Some people are under the spell of facts, but have no experience, which is worse than religion could ever be. Because if you ain't got no experience, then where you get your source of information from? You know what I'm saying? That's what Papa's saying. Is anybody else in the love of Jesus with me? Is anybody else in the love of this experience with me? Right? Well, she said, you know what I'm saying, that, listen, she saw Dr. York, according to her name is Mama Pearl. She had her own show, right? She may not, I don't know, she don't agree with everything I say, but she cannot ever deny this. You see what I'm saying? She said, look, that Dr. York was crying, and she said, why are you crying? You see? Keep in mind, this lady is not a Nuwaupian per se. She's a person who read the books, who was touched by him and loved the truth, barely knew me from a can of paint, or red atoms, or green atoms like that, or apples, or anything. You follow what I'm saying? And so what happens was, she said, why are you crying? Right? And he said, I'm crying for the fate of my people, according to her, the Nuwaupians. She said they're going to hell, meaning great balls of fire are going to devour their ass, right?